but respect is earned. Shaquille knows that the Lakers' championship hopes rest on his leadership. Reigning MVP Karl Malone is known for his relentless work ethic. For 13 years, he and John Stockton have toiled for a Jazz title. Last year, they defeated the Lakers on the way to the finals, but fell to Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Now Malone hopes to prove it's his turn. As the playoffs loom, championship dreams collide.
This is the NBA on NBC. The game of the week. Today, it's the Utah Jazz versus the Los Angeles Lakers.
The Great Western Forum in Los Angeles, where Jazz fans have hit the road, and the Lakers are lacing them up for the final game of the regular season. And before this day is done, the young Laker team hopes it can claim the championship in the Pacific Division behind their superstar Shaquille O'Neal. Here's the situation. Best record in the NBA. Utah has that locked up. They win the tiebreaker with the Bulls, so no matter what happens today, Utah will have the best record. In the Pacific Division standings, though, the Lakers, with a win today and a Seattle loss at Portland, can claim the championship in the Pacific Division and the #2 spot in the Western Conference playoffs. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Los Angeles. Tom Hammond and Bill Walton. There's another aspect of the game that's important today. That's the scoring championship in the NBA, where Shaquille O'Neal is chasing Michael Jordan. Michael just about made it moot with his performance last night. Shaq needs 59 points today to win the season scoring title. He has scored 50 this season. 53 is his career high. Bill, the way he's been playing, it's within his range.
Tom, as well as Shaquille O'Neal has been playing, he might get that 59 by halftime as Shaq has taken it to a new level. He opened the season injury-riddled and on the bench. Couldn't play much, but still struggled through a lot of games to put up phenomenal, maybe MVP numbers. But the last 3 weeks, Shaquille O'Neal has taken it to the next level. And I have never seen Shaq play better than he has played in the month of April. And what he's doing, he's playing with a rage, with an anger right now. He is barking and screaming and talking to everybody. Not just the opponents, not just the rest, but the fans, his own teammates. Shaquille O'Neal, that guy's on fire. He is an unstoppable force right now, Tom.
Well, speaking of playing well, though, Karl Malone was MVP of the NBA last season. He's playing even better this season.
As the MVP from last year, I think Karl Malone is this year's most improved player. Karl Malone, like Shaq, has taken it to another level. A great start, MVP numbers just like last year, but in April, Karl Malone is playing better than absolutely he has ever played. And what Karl has improved on is his mental control of the game, his leadership, his passing. Now, you look for motivation all the time in what would seemingly be a meaningless game for the Utah Jazz, but they're eventually going to have to play these Lakers in the playoffs. They want to do everything they can to hurt the Lakers. If Utah wins today, Seattle would have home court advantage in a possible second-round matchup between Seattle and the Lakers. That's big, big for Utah.
Final game before the playoffs, and the Utah Jazz needing a victory today to even the season series with the Lakers. And one of these teams today will send a message for the upcoming playoffs.
There's no doubt about it. Americans like to win. We strive to be first, always, and in everything. So it only makes sense that more of us want to drive the best. Toyota Camry, America's
Golf's not hard with Tiger Woods and the Air Zoom TW.
Today's topic, tee height. I like to tee up my ball just above the club head. Experiment, and you'll find a tee height that's right for you.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Miller Lite, who reminds you that a Miller time can be anything you want as long as it feels good. By Toyota, every day belongs to you. Make it count. Toyota every day. And by the U.S. Army. Be a part of the toughest, smartest Army in the world. Be all you can be.
Beautiful afternoon in Southern California and the final game of the regular season. The Utah Jazz and the LA Lakers. Starting lineups go this way. Malone, Keefe, Foster, Stockton, and Hornacek for the Jazz. Fox, Horry, O'Neal, Fisher, and Jones for the Lakers. Utah Jazz coached by former All-Star player Jerry Sloan in his 10th season with Utah. And the Lakers coached by Del Harris, who coached his 1,000th game in the NBA on Friday. But right up to date, he has his own website, delharris.com.
Coach Harris really doing the job here, has brought this team here through a lot of adversity. They're on the brink.
And another man that should have his own website with us today, Jim Gray on the sideline. Jim?
You didn't know I had my own page, huh, Tom? Anyway, the Lakers and the Utah Jazz met back on March 28th, and it really was a big game. And they didn't like, at the end of the game, this big dunk by Greg Foster. He gave him the cutthroat signal right here. That did not set well with the Lakers. In fact, Del Harris, after the game, said he has no right to anybody. He's lucky he's in the league. That brought this response from Greg Foster. He said, hey, the Lakers, somebody needs to tell these guys, the LA Girlymen, to grow up a backbone and realize some players still remember how to have fun in this league. Well, that was not the response that the Lakers wanted to hear. In fact, Fox told me today, he said there's a total lack of respect, and Shaq says, I've got a little something for Mr. Foster today. Jerry Sloan, on the other hand, has told his guys, be professional, don't antagonize them. Tom?
All right, Jim. So Greg Foster, who played 2 years at UCLA before transferring to Texas El Paso, telling us he expected a very warm reception today. Bill Oakes, Ken Maurer, Mark Wunderlich, the officials, ready to get the final game of the regular season underway. Shaq controls the tap.
A lively, charged up crowd here today at the Forum.
Again, the Lakers with a win and a Seattle loss in Portland can take the Pacific Division Championship and the #2 spot in the playoffs. Robert Horry called for a foul.
The Lakers are expert at trying to free up Shaq with cross screens. Horry on the move. Illegal screen.
Horry returning to the lineup last week after missing 4 or 5 games with a sore Achilles. Telling me before the game still not 100% with the Achilles, but feels well enough to play.
Robert Horry is a critical element of this Laker attack. He doesn't put up the big numbers. In fact, his offensive numbers are way down this year, but his rebounding is up. His passing, his spacing of the floor. He's the complementary player that great leaders like Jerry West know how to build around Shaquille O'Neal. That's not a good sign at all.
So as Hornacek leaves with a possible injury, or not Hornacek, Adam Keefe leaving with a possible injury, it is Bryant Russell who comes in to replace him. So Keefe leaving the floor on his way to the locker room.
Bryant Russell was the starter all of last year. Great interior passing again. The Lakers, one of the keys for them today, Tom, will be how they play their off-the-ball defense.
Stockton, offensive foul, used the off arm against Derek Fisher. Stockton called for his first.
Tom, we played 40 seconds and neither team has got a shot up yet.
Highest scoring team in the NBA, the Lakers, over 105 points a game, and the second best shooting team, trailing only the Jazz.
Well, these are the 2 top offensive teams in the NBA. First and second in scoring, first and second in field goal percentage.
Finally a shot as Shaq, shooting down at the basket, gets the first 2 of the game.
So many games this year, Tom, we've seen the Lakers start out that way with Shaq going to the turnaround fadeaway along the baseline. Remember, he beat the Jazz here at the buzzer a year ago.
Karl Malone can't answer for the Jazz. Russell missed a tap, and then Shaq clears it for the Lakers. Fox got a screen from O'Neal. Now looking to toss it into the big man. Can't get it there. Eddie Jones with 6 to shoot. Shaq, jump stop, missed the shot. Right to Ori, who lays it in.
The Utah Jazz have to rebound that ball. The Jazz, on their defensive scheme, they always try to keep Karl Malone on the weak side so that he can just gobble up all the misses.
Stockton nearly threw it away. Malone, outside jumper's no good, and Shaq has another board. An uncontested second rebound of the game.
Karl looks a little flat-footed to start this game. Motivation is going to be a problem, I think, throughout this game for the Jazz.
Walking call on Shaquille O'Neal. Let's go to Jim Gray for a report on Adam Keefe.
All right, Tom. Well, Adam Keefe right now looks like he just got into a fight with Marvelous Marvin Hagler. He took a blow to his head just above his right eyebrow, and it's bleeding. They've taken him back in the locker room to try and patch it up. He should be able to return to the game. Tom?
All right, Jim, thank you. So Keefe out. Ryan Russell replacing him for the Jazz.
And Adam Keefe's been playing with a very sore plantar fascia.
All sack misses.
All the second half of the season, Tom. That foot has just been killing him. He's battled through it. It's been improving slowly. But to get an elbow to the face early like that, that's a tough loss for Utah. They need his ball movement. They need his rebounding and his defense.
Fisher. Ball kicked by Stockton. Recycle the 24. Speaking of motivation for the Jazz, we asked Jerry Sloan about that. Might he take the opportunity to rest some of his regulars for the playoffs? And he said, no, I don't believe in that. He said ticket prices are too high for anybody to come to the game and not see the top players.
But this is a organization, the Jazz, that represents what it means to be a professional. There's that same play.
And Foster hammered by Rick Fox, and it was Fox that said he was showing a lack of respect when he taunted us. And the Laker bench, many of them standing and applauding as they hammer Foster on the way to the hoop.
And a flagrant foul has been called here. There's no place in basketball for any of that stuff. Everybody here cheering. A very hard and needless hit, dangerous hit to go to the body like that. Rick Fox is a better player than that, and he's a better person than that. That's uncalled for by Rick.
Now, Bill, are you saying back in your playing day, had a man like Foster taunted your team, what would you have done?
We would, as we look at Greg Foster's, the response to Del Harris came. He's lucky that he's just been able to stick with any team. Remember, Greg Foster's been waived by everybody. Basically what we did in that situation, Tom, was we brought out the championship rings. And then we brought out the Hall of Fame certificates. You always want to let your game do your talking for you. It's not good to get involved in the trash talking, but it has become a real part of the game here in the 90s.
Stockton lays it in. Kobe Bryant has entered the Laker lineup, replacing Rick Fox. Game tied at 4. Kobe with the entry to O'Neal, who took a pretty good shove in the back from Foster. First foul on Greg Foster.
Greg Foster battling the unenviable task of keeping Shaq out of the paint. The Lakers have really learned how to repost Shaq.
Looking for Shaq inside. Let's go again to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. I spoke to the officiating crew before the game, and Billy Oates said, hey, he knows that there is bad blood between these two teams. He knows that they were going to have a difficult time today, but he says we're going to try and nip it early so that this doesn't get out of hand. Nobody wants to have any injuries before the playoffs, so they're going to get after these guys early to try and keep it real clean. Tom?
7 fouls in 3.5 minutes, so the officials are trying to maintain control of the game. Hornacek. Rebounded by Ori. Here's the quick outlet to Jones. Bryant runs the floor and scores.
Tom, I haven't seen the Laker crowd this charged up this early in a game in a long, long time. They are ready for blood today.
You don't mean that literally.
I do. They want Greg Foster. They want Karl Malone. Kobe Bryant out on the break, though. The beautiful play by Eddie Jones. Kobe Bryant early call with Rick Fox to the bench after his flagrant foul. Kobe, who's been playing so much better basketball of late, has shaken off that post-All-Star game slump and really has a great rhythm going as Ori has to take a seat with 2 fouls.
And replaced by Corey Blunt as Karl Malone steps to the free throw line.
Tom, Karl Malone seconded your story about Jerry Sloan's comments about the professionalism of this team and coming to plays as people work really hard. The tickets are very expensive, and it's our responsibility to come out and play our absolute best, because we also owe it to the people in Seattle who have a lot riding on this game as well.
Malone hits 2 free throws. And the Jazz have tied it at 6.
Jazz are determined to keep the tempo slow. Nice recovery by Karl Malone defensively. Came quickly on the lob.
Backside help as Foster was fronting. Malone helps and comes up with a steal. Jazz with a chance to take the lead. Pick and roll with Foster and Stockton, leaving Malone open for a moment. Malone can't hit the 15-footer.
Technical foul on the Laker bench. Billy Oates will have none of this. And Del Harris wants a timeout. Desperately needs one, Tom.
You see Harris signaling for the timeout. His team has already turned it over 5 times here in the early going. And Robert Horry will be assessed the technical foul.
The referees really have their work cut out for them.
Jeff Hornacek, who is second in the league in free throw percentage, hits the technical. 7:11 left in a rocky first quarter. The Jazz up 1 on the Lakers.
For living, number 18. Sheep travel in flocks. Cattle travel in herds. The dogs travel in packs.
Look, Dad!
Yeah, that's fine, honey.
Look! Daddy, look!
Yes, honey.
Raspberry Mac.
McDonald's? Great idea.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
You will be called private, specialist, or sergeant. Beneath the ribbons on your chest will be the souls of those who came before. You will be an individual, but triumph as a team. You will know strength, courage, and compassion. You will win what must be won, achieve what must be done.
Be all that you can be.
You will be a soldier.
This is Hannah Storm in New York. A look at the emotional scene at the Meadowlands this afternoon as the New Jersey Nets return to the playoffs for the first time in 4 seasons. After losing 3 of their last games, they win in the final game of the regular season, the final 114-101 over the Pistons as John Calipari's team qualifies for the playoffs. Kendall Gill, a season-high 27 points, smiling now, but what awaits them on Friday? The defending champion Chicago Bulls. Now back to Tom and Bill at the Forum.
Thanks, Hannah. Now, in a highly charged and emotional game, keep an eye on Adam Keefe, who's going to flash off on a screen here. He's going to get hit. And in that collision right there, an eyebrow gets cut, gets lacerated. Adam Keefe going to that right eyebrow. He has to go to the locker room for possibly stitches. And then Greg Foster takes a very hard blow by Rick Fox. Talk about lack of respect.
And Adam Keefe, patched up, is back on the floor.
As if this game doesn't mean anything, Tom. These players are out there putting it all on the line.
Fisher penetrates and takes it right to John Stockton for his first basket. 8 fouls called in less than 5 minutes of play here in the first quarter. That's 1 every 36 seconds in case you're interested.
My math is not that good, Tom.
I knew that. That's why I told you.
Thank you.
Keefe misses and rebounded by Blunt. We mentioned UCLA, I think, already once today.
Tom, Karl Malone and Jeff Hornacek were not sharp offensively.
Eddie Jones is, though, as Jones hits the three-pointer, and the Lakers go up 4 on the Jazz.
The good news for the Jazz, though, is that Malone and Hornacek are such great professionals that they can work their way back into it.
You had to figure they might be a little flat after that great win on Friday, but Stockton lofts it through the basket there.
Tom, that was such a great victory that the Jazz had at Phoenix. Phoenix had won 10 straight. They were playing magnificent ball. A lot on the line that Phoenix had to win that game, too. And that was as big a win, with the possible exception of last year's Game 6 over Houston, maybe in the history of the Utah Jazz franchise. And they were so excited, so fired up. Hot Rod Huntley, their great announcer, he was screaming louder than I've ever heard him scream before.
He and Ron Boone were going crazy on the Jazz Radio Network, as for the first time in their history, they claim the best record in the NBA. Stockton has scored 2 buckets in a row and has 6 points for the game, tied at 11.
Derek Fisher now playing the regular point guard position as Van Exel's coming off the bench for the Lakers. He's got his work cut out for him.
O'Neal surrounded by bodies, can't get the roll. Stockton trying to help on defense, took a blow from Shaq, and the big fella steps to the free throw line. Second foul, Greg Foster.
There is no love lost between these two teams, Tom. The rivalry has certainly been established. The hacking, the battling inside. Shaquille O'Neal, who has improved his free throw percentage of late.
They've changed the foul and given it to Stockton now, so Stockton got the foul as well as the seat under the basket.
Well, that's what makes it so difficult to guard Shaq. Guys who are Stockton size, who are normal by any relative measure, just come in and are like mosquitoes against Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq stroking it from the free throw line. The regular rotation now for John Stockton, although he does have 2 fouls, and the pressure shifts to Howard Eisley at the point for Utah.
Normally Stockton comes out anyway at about the 6-minute mark as Eisley promptly pitches it out of bounds.
Eisley had a career-tying high 10 assists in that huge victory against Jason Kidd and the Phoenix Suns. What a battle of guards in that game. Jason Kidd, Howard Eisley, John Stockton, Rex Chapman.
You're still fired up.
Oh, that was a ball game, as this is turning out.
Bryant to the rim. Kobe Bryant, second hoop. Turnovers. The Lakers have turned it over 5 times, but have the lead 15-11.
The Jazz have to find a way to work Karl Malone more into this game.
There's the entry pass to Malone, quickly fouled by Corey Blunt.
With Horry in foul trouble. Horry's a fabulous defender, Tom. Corey Blunt is a good player, but he's not at the level that Robert Horry is defensively. Now, I was talking to Karl. There's Robert Horry sitting out. Talking to Karl about his game this year and how he's improved so much. And he was telling me that he's got that broken finger that has basically become a fused joint, the middle finger on his shooting hand. At the start of the season, when Stockton wasn't playing, there you see that right middle finger there. That's his shooting hand, the stroke, the snap. It was so totally foreign because he had lost feeling in that finger. The last month or so, it's really become a natural part of his game. Now, Karl, of course, is going to have surgery on that finger to try to reconstruct it the day after the season is over. Makes both free throws. Karl Malone, a fabulous free throw shooter.
Utah has gotten more than half its points at the free throw line. Only 3 field goals, and all by John Stockton.
If you allow guard penetration, you are never going to have a chance to beat the Lakers, because that means your big man is going to have to leave Shaq, and he's going to be wide open for plays like that.
Eisley. Howard Eisley open off the screen, pulls the Jazz within 2.
Great help defense by Karl Malone, denying the quick post up to Shaq.
Fisher with the entry pass, the double down of Shaq. Bryant driving on Keefe, nowhere to go with it, finds Fisher for 3. And the Laker lead is 5.
Tom, the Laker fans are standing on every play. They are so charged up.
Los Angeles with its biggest lead. Malone squaring up on Blunt. Came up short. Rebounded by Jones. LA out rebounding Utah 8-1. Jones to the rim.
The Jazz are not the type of team that's going to get in the air at the rim and block shots. They've got to play contained defense.
Kobe Bryant rejecting Malone. 3-on-2 break. Fisher. No good. Rebounded by Keith. Hornacek the other way.
One thing about the Jazz, though, they will not be intimidated by incredible athleticism. Nice drive by Adam Keith.
Shaq rejects it. Bryant calling for it at the three-point line, wide open. They didn't see him. Los Angeles opening the game, hitting 9 of their first 12 shots. Timeout at the 2:53 mark, and the Lakers leading the Jazz 22-15. This latest bucket, a jam by Eddie Jones. They've hit 9 of their first 12.
Home Depot's philosophy is cutting edge. What does the customer want? We always got something new coming out on the floor.
Things that you were wishing would get on the market, and all of a sudden, wow, there it is.
It's important to give the customer everything needed to do any project around their home.
Like great Grillmaster grills, the flame control system makes certain you get sure starts, even heat, less flare-ups, and perfect meat. Come see the complete line of Grillmaster grills at the Great Grillmaster event. It's happening this weekend at the Home Depot.
Hi, I'm George Moreshan, reminding you to give all you can. And score one for the kids. And score one for the kids. For the kids. And score one for the kids.
Not going anywhere for a while?
What is the line?
And score one for the kids.
Grab a Snickers, because nothing handles your hunger better.
No! Hey, don't look at me.
Hungry? Why wait?
Burglary. There's nothing like the feeling of knowing that someone you don't know just went through your things. Allstate will help you clean up, close up, and secure your home after a burglary. Being in good hands is the only place to be.
Oh, man. Where's he going? Mountains? River? Both? It's Tuesday. People work on Tuesday.
Alive. Incredible stories from people who have been to the edge, and they all survive. A Dateline Survivor special. Dateline NBC tonight.
Lakers enjoying their biggest lead of the game. They come in with 60 victories, despite the fact that Shaquille O'Neal missed 22 games due to injury. And Coach Del Harris said had it not been for that injury, it could have been a spectacular season for his team.
You know, we started the season with 11 in a row, which was a record for the Lakers, and during that process lost Shaquille O'Neal, and Shaquille played subpar for about 40 games this year. Only the last 8 or 10 games has he really been up to par, and Shaquille O'Neal would have been MVP in this league, and we would have had the best record in this league if he had played the entire campaign without injury. I would say whatever you want about John Stockton missing or about Scottie Pippen missing, but if you tell me that Michael Jordan didn't play or Karl Malone didn't play, then that's equal to Shaquille O'Neal not playing.
Tom, the MVP is down to Jordan, Karl Malone, and Shaquille O'Neal. I don't see how it's conceivable that it can go to anybody besides Michael Jordan with the domination that he has had, not only in the regular season throughout the entire decade, but also in the championships. Great block by Ostertag.
But the Lakers get it back.
The other guys, Shaq and Karl, are phenomenal.
Eddie Jones,
as Kobe Bryant will be one day. But until somebody's able to take it on the court from Michael Jordan, I just don't see how you can consider anybody else as the most valuable player, the best player in the league.
Malone lost the attempted lob, saved again by Kobe Bryant. And Nick Van Exel on the floor for the Lakers, running the team now. He missed a couple of games to suspension after that fight in San Antonio last Monday. Back on the court. Ostertag rebounds. Here's Isley. 4-on-1. Malone got it down.
That's Karl's first basket in 6 attempts. He does have 4 free throws.
Quickly, Kobe Bryant answers for the Lakers. And during that last timeout, Jerry Sloan read his players the riot act. Jim Gray telling us that they were just mailing it in, he told them. He told them that they were being beaten in every phase of the game. Malone.
Offensive foul. Karl Malone with the big high leg. But it's been the Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant show. Kobe well out in transition. You are not going to be able to take a charge on Kobe Bryant. There's just too much balance there. And Kobe looks down and Ostertag says, get up, block a shot, do something, but don't be a 7-footer trying to take a charge on someone who's 6'3".
Final minute of the first quarter. Van Exel stripped by Isley. Lakers get it back with 15 to shoot.
Tom, as a follow-up to Jim Gray's report from Jerry Sloan's bench lashing out, the real key for Utah is their role players, their Russells, their Andersons, their Isley. They've got to get the hustle plays. When those guys come through with that, the Jazz are virtually unbeatable.
Kobe Bryant passing up the entry pass to Shaq, who was only 2 feet from the basket to miss an acrobatic shot after the crossover. But then Isley misses a quick shot for the Jazz, and O'Neal rebounds for the 4th time.
Last shot time for the Lakers. Nick Van Exel patiently running the show. Good to see Nick back in the action after the 2-game suspension after the San Antonio fracas and fiasco earlier this week, Tom.
O'Neal right under the basket. Quick help from Hornacek. Ostertag fouls, and a chance for a 3-point play. Shaquille O'Neal.
The Jazz offense not matching the Lakers' punishing presence inside. Shaquille O'Neal, flawless, perfect footwork, the discipline, the patience, waiting. They bring him the ball, he's down deep. You give up that kind of position to Shaq, and you are dead. You're going to be posterized all day.
Missed the free throw. Shaq with 8 points and 4 rebounds. Jazz looking to get the final shot of the period. Isley gets it away and scores. Howard Isley with a big bucket as Kobe Bryant flings it down the court, and the first quarter has come to a close. Shaquille O'Neal still needs 51 to win the NBA scoring title. 8 points in the opening quarter, but more importantly, perhaps, his Lakers grab the early lead. At the end of one, it's the Lakers 28 and the Utah Jazz 19. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Open?
Comfortable.
Uh-huh.
With redesigned seats, you won't feel a thing. The new Corolla. And it's your lucky day. Now, many features you'd expect to pay extra for come standard on the new Corolla LE. Value is back.
Metal bars, designed to save your butt, designed to save your skin. Introducing Schick Protector with ultra-thin safety wires. Because safe feels better. Schick Protector, the feel of smart design.
Karl Malone.
Mailman, it's been a long time.
Whoa! Mailman! You grew hair!
That's right. Couldn't have done it without my Rogaine.
The new Rogaine Extra Strength for Men. It's concentrated. It gets more to the root to grow 45% more hair than the original.
Nice rebound.
Carl, sign my Rogaine. The new Rogaine. 45% more hair.
It delivers for me.
Red Dog Rules for Living, number 27. Never, ever bite the hand that serves you. That's a good boy.
Hey guys, welcome to your world. Ever wonder why it's so full of sweat? Fact is, guys sweat 40% more than women. That's why there's a whole new Speed Stick. Speed Stick Ultimate. It's antibacterial, so it kills the germs that cause odor. In this world, getting rid of sweat and odor is the ultimate goal. New Speed Stick Ultimate. Kills odor, protects guys.
You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Shaquille O'Neal entering the game needing 59 points to win the scoring title. He knows what it's like to lose one. He'd already played last game of the regular season, April 24th, 1994, as David Robinson against the Clippers finished with 71 points, wound up the season with a 29.8 average, beating Shaquille's 29.3. Most points in the last day of the regular season. David Thompson had 73. There's that 71 by Robinson. George Gervin had 63.
And you see the 63, right there on George Gervin. In that game, George Gervin set an NBA record for most points in one quarter by a single player at 33. He was on fire that day, Tom.
Shaquille O'Neal saying to us yesterday, as Isley, speaking of George Gervin, finger rolls one out of bounds. Shaq saying to us yesterday that at this stage of his career, he was more interested in jewelry, meaning a championship ring, than he was in individual honors. Nick Van Exel.
But Tom, if you're satisfied with only one of everything, I don't think that's good enough. If Shaq only needed 26 today, you don't think he'd be going for it? Now 59. The game would have to get way out of control for Utah.
And remember, there is a team goal for the Lakers today, trying to nail down the Pacific Division Championship. Antoine Carr with a miss.
Nick Van Exel playing so under control. Really has settled in nicely now emotionally as the second string guard.
Bryant, don't know how he wasn't called for a travel, but he gets the roll down. Bill Harris saying that he's almost too talented, that he can do so much. He feels the need to sometimes do the spectacular move when just a regular one, a more high percentage move might do.
And he's always working on that little special spectacular move, the little jukes, the shake and bake.
Three-point shot no good. As we check the other scores. Bryant has it blocked after the crossover.
The Jazz are not denying the Lakers their running game.
Seattle with an early 5-point lead on Portland. That game's so important to Laker fans. If Seattle can win, they will take the Pacific Championship by virtue of the tiebreaker. Kobe Bryant had a chance for the steal, lost it out of bounds. Jazz get it back with 5 to shoot.
Utah is not sharp at all now, but the Lakers are playing great. They've won 22 of their last 25 games. Their last 12 victories have been by 16.5 points a game. So the Lakers are basically killing everybody. And Billy Oates is going to keep it right here with a reach-in foul on the Lakers.
Looked like a travel would be called, but that was because he was being held. That was Howard Isley. Timeout. Lakers up 32-19.
Doubleheader next Saturday, tripleheader next Sunday. The NBA playoffs on NBC.
With formidable strength and a distinctly individual style, this Sierra is the most powerful half-ton truck in GMC's history. Sierra gives you the style to stand apart from the herd, and the power to pull it. Sierra by GMC, putting you comfortably in command.
There are times when it becomes a battle of will. When gaining ground means losing blood. When exhilaration meets exhaustion. When the vision of your goal is blurred only by the tears in your eyes. And either you have it in you, or you don't. Gatorade. Is it in you?
I'm AT&T.
Hi, I'm 10321, and I save people lots of money.
Well, a call from Denver to Boston cost $5.60 with AT&T.
That call is only $2.80 with 10321.
Really? With AT&T One Rate, a call from New York to Cleveland costs $3.75.
It's only $1.62 when you dial 10321.
That's big savings.
All without switching phone companies. Just dial 10321, then 1, and the number as usual.
This is easy.
Yeah, and you can use it whenever you want.
No wonder you're so popular.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. You don't have to live thirsty. Life is a sport. Drink it up. By GMC. See your local dealer today. And by Nike and the new Air Zoom TW.
Beautiful day for the beach or to be at the Forum where the home-standing Lakers leading the Jazz 32-19. Who'll be the next NBA champion? If you think you have the answer, visit NBA.com this week. Enter the playoff pick-and-roll game presented by Adidas. Pick the winner of every series. You could win limited edition NBA playoff and finals prizes. NBA.com, also the place to stop for previews of all 8 first-round matchups and coverage of every playoff game. NBA.com. Carr rejected by Campbell. Got it back and slam. Wow.
Great to see Antoine Carr back in the action. Missed a ton of time with a bad hamstring there. He needs some time to work his game back into playoff readiness. He will be a hugely important cog for Utah.
Take that. The Lakers work a little pick and roll of their own, but Ostertag rebounds the Campbell miss.
Tom Ostertag is playing very well today. One of the few Jazz players who seems to be sharp.
He finds the open man, Russell. Brian Russell.
Russell, who had 21 points in that game against Phoenix on Friday night, was huge, dunking on everybody. Russell, a Los Angeles resident growing up as a kid. He's got 18 family members here cheering him on today at the Forum. How do you get 18 tickets for a game like this?
On the road. Campbell floats it through. Eldon Campbell's first bucket.
Nice double team by Ori, taking the ball in Isley's hands.
Carr with the penetration and the dish to Ostertag for the jam, and the Jazz with their reserves on the court picking up the pace a little bit.
Tom, it's very difficult to press and trap either one of these teams because they have forwards. The Lakers have Ori. The Jazz have Karl Malone. They have Adam Keefe. They have Antoine Carr who can fill that high position. Oh, Van Exel with a quick shot.
Three-pointer by Nick Van Exel. He has 5 in the game, and the Lakers go up 37-25.
The Lakers offense is just clicking on all cylinders, Tom. It's just rolling, explosive, and there's nothing that the Jazz can do defensively. Van Exel just backing up and stroking threes.
Isley nowhere to go with it. Left the floor to pass, and then Van Exel is fouled. Well, it's been a listless performance by the Utah Jazz so far, maybe predictable after their NBA best record clinching win at Phoenix on Friday.
Shaquille back in the lineup. Eldon Campbell, fine job, a couple of blocks. Defensive presence there for Eldon. Seldom used now as Shaquille has just become the most powerful force in the NBA.
Lakers defense holding the Jazz to around 30% shooting so far in the game.
And Tom, when you got a great big man, you got to space the floor with more perimeter players like Ori and Fox and Eldon Campbell.
O'Neal with a no-luck pass. Lakers get it back. Last touch by one of the Jazz.
Tom, the problem that the Jazz are facing right now is that they're getting slapped around. And in that situation, you lose your confidence, and you give the other team confidence if you don't fight back. And that's what's making Jerry Sloan so mad.
O'Neal over Antoine Carr. Isley clears the rebound and sets sail for the other end.
Tom, the Laker defense, they're tipping every pass. They're getting their feet on the balls. That means that the Lakers are sharper and more ready today. Del Harris got the team just absolutely primed. Now, granted, tough for Utah to find some sort of motivation for this game today to get that extra edge that you need to be the Shaquille O'Neal.
They force Isley. Shaquille O'Neal jumping out on him and forced Isley to travel. And the Jazz had a spurt there for a moment, but playing without a starter on the floor, find themselves down 37-25.
And 12 is not a lot to the Jazz because their defense is so great. But they've got to find a way to contend with Shaq. Van Exel is hot.
Low post, Shaq against Carr. Out to Jones for three. Missed that one badly.
Great closeout by Shandon Anderson defensively, something that the Jazz really worked on.
Chris Morris and one.
Chris Morris in the transition just freezes Rick Fox there. Fox back in the lineup playing with 2 fouls. Can't reach it. The Lakers putting on a marvelous offensive display right now. The Jazz trying to find some sort of offense, but they're stuck on 27.
Golf's not hard with Tiger Woods and the Air Zoom TW.
A common problem in golf is the slice. One solution is to play with the gallery. Having women and children to my left and right is a handy reminder that I need to keep my club face square. Now let's see how this tip works for Joe, a 27 handicapper from Logansport. Go get him, Joe. Joe overcompensated for his slice and hooked it. Something we'll be sure to work on next time.
Only one full-size pickup delivers the strong, even release of power that comes from having a flat torque curve. Sierra by GMC. Sierra gives you the style to stand apart from the herd and the smooth, steady power it takes to leave it behind. Sierra by GMC, putting you comfortably in command.
We got next.
Isabella Rossellini, Martin Short, Helena Bonham Carter, Rutger Hauer, and Sam Neill as Merlin next Sunday on NBC.
Welcome back to Englewood. I'm Jim Gray. The banner hangs in the rafters, the jersey of Jerry West, one of the all-time greats in the NBA, and he has had just an unbelievable amount of influence on this Laker team as the executive vice president and the general manager in the past, as well as a player. Jerry, the headline yesterday is that you were going to resign at the end of the season. Is that accurate? You have a 4 o'clock news conference today. What will you announce?
Well, Jim, really what I'm going to talk about is a little bit. I'm going to make my decision up about my future in the fall. But, you know, to say that these jobs are not stressful and they're not good for you sometimes, and you know, something I've loved so much, which has been such an incredible part of my life, the only part of my life, to be candid with you, other than my family. Sometimes the things that you like, you want to reject. And I'm really not sure what I'm going to do yet, but this afternoon, I want everyone to know that I will make up my mind at the end of our season this year.
Shaquille O'Neal told us that if you leave this club for any other reasons other than health, he'll be very unhappy and disappointed. That leads a lot of people to wonder about your health. Are you okay?
Well, as I mentioned, you know, stress is a terrible thing, and the games make me terribly nervous. Sometimes I don't give a lot of enjoyment out of them, but, you know, I think the most important thing really for us is to focus on what we're trying to do here. We're going to try to win a championship, and, you know, we're playing a very important game for us today. We're hopeful that Portland can give us a little help today, so we'll see what happens.
If you should leave, would you retire or would you resign, leaving open the possibility to retire?
I would probably be too crazy to ever retire because, you know, I'm one of those antsy A-type personalities. I need things to do, but I'm really not sure what I'm going to do yet, Jim.
Jerry, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
All right, back over to you, Tom.
All right, Jim, you mentioned Shaquille O'Neal's reaction, and Shaq also saying that the reason he came to L.A. in the first place was because of Jerry West.
Tom, Jerry West is what this league is all about. Is he has given his life to make the NBA what it is today. He's not about ego. He's not about hype or self-promotion. He is just about helping other guys, young guys growing up, getting better. We sure hope he stays, but if he leaves, we are all going to be the worse off for it.
He's had a tremendous career as an NBA executive. Hard to imagine that he could do any better than he did as a player. Fox leads the break to Van Exel, partially blocked. Isley has it for the Jazz. He was Jerry West, for those too young to have ever seen him play, was an absolutely tremendous player.
I grew up watching Jerry West here in Southern California as a kid, and he was phenomenal. His nickname was Mr. Clutch, and there was never a more appropriate nickname for Jerry. And I had the privilege of spending a lot of time with him when I was at UCLA, and he was a great Laker. He has had an incredible influence on my life.
Shandon Anderson misses, and Shaq clears it to Van Exel. 5th rebound for Shaquille. Game hitting a bit of a lull here, approaching the 5-minute mark till halftime.
Well, Karl Malone has not come back, and that has really hurt the Jazz chances.
Fox bricks a 3.
But this second unit for Utah, they're rebounding. They're not giving Kobe and Shaq those dunk opportunities that were so prevalent for the Lakers early on.
Jerry Sloan telling us he would not rest his regulars, but has done just that throughout most of the quarter. Chris Morris fall away into the arms of Fox.
Well, Antoine Carr certainly needs playing time to get the rust off. Chris Morris as well.
Jones a floater, no good. Shandon Anderson.
Chris Morris, I think a key player. Nice pass.
Oh, yes, very nice. And one for Brian Russell. Fouled by Van Exel. Chris Morris, the touch pass and a beauty.
And here's a guy who was traded by Jerry Sloan this year. He hadn't done anything wrong. He just thought they could get Ronnie Cycli. And boy, did that non-trade ever work out in Utah's favor as Greg Foster has just become fabulous. And Chris Morris has become much more of a regular contributor for Utah.
3-point play by Russell. Carr takes a seat on the Utah bench. Greg Ostertag has come back.
The Lakers aren't making the runners anymore. They're not able to penetrate. They're not getting second chances. Shaq's not getting the ball. They miss Chris Morris.
Oh, he almost got it down. As it is, the Jazz enjoying an 11-5 run, so the Lakers take a timeout.
20 seconds. Tough pass by Isley that time. If you can't get it right on the money, that's what makes John Stockton so special. I mean, not that Isley is not fabulous, but you know, John Stockton, you're talking with Magic Johnson, with Bob Cousy, Isaiah Thomas, the guys at the very, very top. And Isley certainly learned from him. But Del Harris was just raving yesterday about John Stockton and his decision-making and how they always pick out the correct option.
Harris was telling us that the Utah offense, run by Stockton most times, is the only team he knows of that can pick out all 5 options during a play.
And here you look at a career summary of John Stockton and Karl Malone. Both of them among the NBA's 50 greatest players of all time. They have 4 Olympic gold medals between them, regular participants in the All-Star games, and certain future Hall of Famers.
Second unit has brought Utah within 7. Shaq goes back to work and pounds it home. Shaquille now with 10. Let's go to Jim Gray.
Well, Tom, during that last 20-second timeout, Del Harris asked his guys, why aren't you throwing the ball to Shaq? They've got a smaller team in there. This guy has abused Ostertag on numerous occasions. Give him the ball already. And first time down the court, they gave Shaq the ball. I think we'll see more of that, Tom.
He's too big to ignore.
Isn't that the same question I always ask you?
Yes, right. Here it is again. Double down from Isley. Bryant chases it down for the Lakers. 10 to shoot.
The thing about Shaq is that he's such a willing passer.
Kobe Bryant. Kobe off the Laker bench has 12 points.
When that play becomes automatic for Kobe Bryant, watch out. That's what Jordan has. The shake and bake, the guy has to retreat, and then you just pull up one dribble to your left, and bang.
Isley's runner makes it 41-32. Howard Isley, 6 points.
Come right back and pound it inside to Shaq one more time.
Bench scoring pretty even.
Utah's bench playing more minutes, though. Nice steal by Shandon Anderson.
Anticipated, but couldn't quite make the save.
Oh, they're going to give him a new 24, too. No, they can't give him that.
That wasn't possession.
Well, Mark Wunderlich is saying, and the scorekeeper's got the 24. But Ken Maurer is going to step in there on the left, number 41, and say, hey, that is not a possession. It should not be a new 24. Set at 16. Tom, there's new technology in the process of being developed that will allow the referees to control the clock from now on. So hopefully that will be a regular part of all NBA basketball by next season.
Or he missed the wide open shot. Shaquille O'Neal, the offensive rebound, is fouled by a Russell. 2:55 left till halftime. Lakers up 41-32 on Utah.
Folks, let's talk about how important it is to pledge your support to the Miller Lite Racing team.
Mary, we have a caller.
Hi, this is Nancy from the county library.
Go ahead, Nancy.
I'd like to challenge all librarians to 6 cases.
6 cases? Nancy, you must really like beer.
No, not really. But that Rusty Wallace has a really nice...
Oh, Mary, now that's a real race fan for you.
Radar contact 270, 20 miles.
This kind of performance is now available in a motor oil. Castrol Syntex patented stabilizers seek out and neutralize harmful particles, protecting in ways other oils can't. Castrol Syntex, the active lubricant.
Every player has a weakness. Tonight, Mr. Grant Hill's weakness takes center court.
There's only one place to go for the irresistible taste of America's favorite fries. Did somebody say McDonald's? Enjoy the fries that have earned the right to be called America's favorite fries.
Hi, I'm Hannah Storm in New York. Coming up on the Prudential Halftime Report, I'll be joined by Peter Vesey, John Sally, Doug Collins, and Isaiah Thomas as we take a look ahead at the NBA playoffs, which get underway 4 days from now. We'll also bring you highlights of the New Jersey Nets game with Detroit as they look to clinch the final playoff spot in the East. It's all coming up at halftime. Right now, let's return to the Forum and rejoin Tom Hammond, Bill Walton, and Jim Gray.
All right, Hannah, the tradition-rich Forum where the jerseys of Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hang from the rafters, and the former Laker greats in attendance today. Kareem and Magic are here as they watch the Lakers battle for the Pacific Division Championship and perhaps a scoring title for Shaquille.
Tom, it was so great to see Magic looking so good as Shaq on the scoring title watch still needs only 49. But to have Magic Johnson get that American Express commercial, that was so special. And Magic, I'm just so happy and proud of the guy who's just done so. That was big for Magic to get that American Express commercial.
Lakers leading 41-32. Just less than 3 minutes left till halftime, and Utah will get it. A Laker victory, a Seattle loss gives the Lakers the Pacific title, and Portland doing their job at the moment, up 2.
Portland's got a special thing going. The addition of Stoudemire is terrific. Sabonis and Stoudemire are really clicking up there for the Blazers. Atlanta playing much better basketball of late as their guards are finally healthy.
Foul number 6, Eddie Jones committing the Laker foul as Corey Blunt returns, giving Horry a rest.
The best thing you can say about the Jazz in this first half is that they've kept the dynamic Lakers relatively under control. They have them at 41 points.
Eddie Jones in the passing lane to pick off the pass. O'Neal posting on Ostertag. There's the entry pass. Double down, fake, up, and 2 shots for O'Neal.
When was the last time we saw Karl Malone in this game?
It's been a long time. Malone, Stockton, Hornacek have been on the bench most of the time.
Shaq working for that great deep position. Abdul-Jabbar, who we saw earlier, was the absolute best at fighting for that position, and Shaq has learned a lot from Kareem. And you see the touches, 19. That's decent. He's passed the ball, shot the ball at a decent percentage. You know, Del Harris is a great free throw shooting coach. He has coached 3 NBA free throw champions, including the only 7-footer, Jack Sikma, to ever win the NBA free throw title. So he's been really helping Shaq a lot.
He's got a long way to go for Shaq. Chris Morris with the trifecta.
You look for improvement, Tom, and progress.
42-35, 3-point field goal shooting. The Lakers hitting on 3 of 7. That was the first for Utah. Derek Fisher. Ostertag got a piece. Then Shaq made sure. Wow.
What the Jazz guards have got to learn, and any guard, when somebody penetrates, you got to go and get in front of Shaquille and just hold him and make him throw you out of the way. Make him body slam you. The ref will call that foul. Isley just stood and watched.
I don't know that there are too many that give up their body willing to be body slammed in order to save Shaquille from the rebound. Derek Fisher with a pull-up long range 2.
Tom, that's the problem with guards. They just won't. They just won't put their bodies on the line.
You're relentless.
Well, Magic, he put it on the line. But he was a different breed there. That's the first Laker fast break points of this quarter.
After they had started the game with several. Russell for 3, partially blocked by Jones. Shaquille O'Neal gives it up to Fisher. Kobe Bryant launching, way short on the 3. Russell pitches it back to Isley. His 3-pointer goes.
3-pointer, Howard Isley.
Howard Isley, Shandon Anderson, and Brian Russell. They may be the 3 most important guys in terms of the Utah Jazz quest to win this year's championship. If they come through huge, you know Malone, Stockton, and Hornacek are going to be there.
O'Neal fouled with 14.9 seconds left in the second quarter. 3rd on Greg Ostertag.
The Hack-a-Shaq defense, again, the deep position. When you play against Shaq, you got to play him different than you ever would play anybody that you would ever match up in your life. You got to meet him at the top of the key and just play him and make him work so hard just to stay outside of the paint. And once you've done that, if you can do that, as Ostertag goes out with the fouls, Antoine Carr comes in. But if you can just keep it outside the paint, then you've done your job. If he's going to beat you with 15-foot fadeaways, then you're going to lose anyway.
I noticed that Ostertag made sure he got a little head, a little arm in addition to on the foul. He and O'Neal have had their rough moments. Final seconds of the half.
I like the rivalry. I like the fact that these 2 teams do not like each other. The trash talking, the taunting. Just as long as it doesn't get to the flagrant foul level, which could possibly cause an injury. What a great inbound pass by Brian Russell.
And the Lakers look for the final shot. Kobe Bryant from midcourt came up short. And the first half will end with the Lakers leading by 8, 48-40 over the Utah Jazz. Karl Malone played only 12 minutes in that first half, and Shaquille O'Neal, chasing Michael Jordan, has 15 first half points. Stay tuned for the Prudential Halftime Report, which will be coming up after these messages.
We are loyal. We are obsessive. We are fans. And nothing keeps us from the game. We need cars and trucks as reliable as we are, season after season, year after year. There in the heat, the rain, the snow. Tough as a hockey puck. Carrying the essentials. We are tailgate party MVPs. Back seats loaded with bleacher bums. The road to victory is hard, but the driving should be easy. And when the game is over, we need to know that what got us there will also get us back, safe at home. We are fans. Delivering cars and trucks that fans count on is what we're all about. Delivering them in more ways than anyone else in the world is what makes us GM. General Motors. People in motion.
Been to some nice places.
Yes, I have. Singapore was terrific. That's Prime Minister something. See that?
Scary.
Fatima, big star. 52 countries in 2 years.
This new software I've installed, it's gonna save your life. It's called Lotus Notes. Lets you collaborate on projects all over the world. You never have to leave the office. It's gonna be great to have you around.
You know, I thought every deodorant worked the same. Till I tried longer-lasting, high-endurance from Old Spice. Nothing stronger at stopping odor longer. If you do this, or this, you're gonna sweat. But high endurance will help you stop odor better than any other deodorant. It has a 24-hour formula that evaporates less quickly, so it lasts longer. Guaranteed. Or call 1-800-PROVE-IT, and they'll buy you a stick of yours. Take the challenge, because this is more than the best deodorant. It's the high endurance of deodorants. And give this Pure Sports scent a shot.
Drexler outside, Maloney, Johnson at the buzzer! He did it! He did it!
Michael in traffic to Curl, 15-footer!
On their feet, they love it! Playoff excitement is in the air!
This is the Prudential Halftime Report, brought to you by Prudential, bringing strength and stability to America's families through insurance, healthcare, real estate, and financial services.
Hi, everyone. Hannah Storm with a virtual cast of thousands. Not really, but we have extras here today. John Sally and Peter Vesey, as usual. We are also pleased to be joined by Doug Collins and Isaiah Thomas, and we'll hear from all these gentlemen shortly. But first, the NBA scoreboard, starting with Detroit and New Jersey. The struggling Nets looking to wrap up a playoff berth with a win today. They had lost 3 straight coming in and also lost their floor leader, Sam Cassell, out with injuries in this critical game. They trailed by 3 at the half. In the third quarter, Kendall Gill drives the lane, throws down the jam, part of a 16-5 run. The Nets led by 10 after 3. New Jersey in command. In the final minutes, Kerry Kittles, the three-pointer, 15-point lead. Took the Nets 4 tries, but they finally clinched the 8th and final playoff spot in the East. They beat Detroit 114-101. Now look ahead to facing the Chicago Bulls in the first round of the playoffs beginning Friday. And Kendall Gill picking up the slack for Cassell. He had his season high this afternoon, 27 points. Orlando and Charlotte, with the Hornets leading that one at home. If Charlotte wins or Atlanta loses, then Charlotte would host Atlanta. They would have home court advantage in the first round. A Charlotte loss and an Atlanta win gives Atlanta the edge and home court advantage. So let's check in on the Hawks, who are hosting the Miami Heat and leading that one 52-43 at the half. Utah and the Los Angeles Lakers at the Forum. Del Harris and the Lakers need a win and a Seattle loss to win the Pacific Division. In the first quarter, Kobe Bryant looking for room in the lane. Gets it to Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq had 8 points in the first quarter. The Lakers led by 9 after 1. Early in the second, Bryant driving the lane, runs into Greg Ostertag, but still gets it to go. And the Lakers with a 32-19 lead. And then Bryant feeding Nick Van Exel, who hits for the 3, giving the Lakers a 12-point lead. Right now, Los Angeles leads that one at halftime by 8 at home. Again, if the Lakers win and Seattle loses today, the Lakers earn the 2nd spot in the West and their first Pacific title since 1990. And at the Rose Garden in Portland, things are all tied up between the Sonics and the Blazers. What a game that is at the half. A win there or a Laker loss to Utah gives the Sonics the number 2 seed in the West and their 3rd straight Pacific Division title. Is there any significance to this final game? Well, if you're a Sixers fan, there is. They snap a 4-game losing streak. They finished the season 31-51, their best record since 91-92. Okay, you got all that playoff stuff straight? It's confusing for even us, but we'll know by the end of the day.
Playing for a contract. What do you mean there's no significance there?
That's right, there is. Meanwhile, you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, and they had a very emotional matchup because of a couple of things that happened this season. Because this is such a big game, they come out with a little bit too much emotion at the start of the game today.
Well, when Fox nailed Foster going on a layup there, I mean, veteran teams don't do that. You know, veteran teams are supposed to provoke and incite without getting themselves emotionally unstable. And that's, I think, what people are worried about the Lakers, losing control.
I don't think so. I think for the first time I have to disagree with Peter the whole time I've been here.
It's about time.
You got your boy here. So
yeah,
now
I got to disagree. Only because I think what happened in San Antonio may not be great for the lead, and what happened tonight may not be great for the lead, but it damn sure goes across and tells everybody in the West, we're here as Lakers. We're here to stay. You have to go over us, around us, but you're just not going to walk on us. I think it's important.
Yeah, it's important when you're a young team and you're trying to make hay and make your way through the NBA. You got to step up to the upper ranks and let your name be known. And what the Lakers are trying to do right now is establish themselves and let San Antonio know, let Utah know that, hey, we're a force to be reckoned with, and you're going to have to deal with us one way or the other.
Ostertag came back and nailed Shaq, though, with 15 seconds to go. Fouled him hard. Watch out.
But that's what it's all about. And you see the rivalry steadily building, and what's happening now is that the Lakers are forcing Utah to play their style of game, their tempo. They've gotten Utah out of a half-court situation.
Well, I think with all that said, let's see what happens in the second half, because Utah is the kind of team that will precision you to death. They'll get into the half court. Let's see if the Lakers can continue with that emotion and energy over the last 24 minutes.
Okay, when we return, we'll preview the playoffs, which begin 4 days from now. But first, a message from Prudential and a word from the NBA.
I think there's really a lot happening in Hong Kong. And Hong Kong is very much indicative of the region. If you look just back there, that will be the largest convention facility in Asia. Prudential Asia is part of the infrastructure boom. What Prudential Asia is now doing is coming up with a middle layer of subordinated debt that actually help the entire infrastructure development in Asia.
I'm 6'10", 245 pounds. There are probably a lot of kids who wish they were as big as I am, not because they want to play basketball. It's so they can protect themselves from an abusive parent. If you want to get physical with your kids, give them a hug.
The NBA playoffs, the best time of the year. It starts 4 days from now. So let's take a look at the matchups. Beginning in the East, New Jersey, as you saw, has made it into the playoffs, and they'll face the Chicago Bulls, Charlotte and Atlanta, although certainly those two teams could flip-flop in the standings. Miami will play New York, and Indiana and Cleveland. And perhaps the most emotional matchup in the first round promises to be that between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks, Doug.
Well, Hannah, it's interesting. You have two coaches who like each other and two teams who hate each other. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays itself out. But Miami has lost a little bit of their edge. I don't see the same spirit I've seen in that team over the last couple seasons. And I think the trade of Ike Austin has really made them feel that maybe they've taken a step back. They've lost one of their big players, a guy that they could put in the game, take fouls, could score. And New York feels very confident against this team. Had it not been for the controversy, they'd be 3-1 in the series on the season. So I think New York feels very strongly that they can win this series.
If Pat Riley had another GM and his name wasn't Pat Riley, how do you think he would have taken that GM trading Ike Austin? I think he's thinking too much like management. He's got this cushiony job, and he's looking to the future. He's not looking for this year.
Good question for the former GM here.
I think he missed his window of opportunity. I think Miami Heat, I think Riley had a full house and he folded. I think losing Ike Austin, they come into this playoff series thinking that they just want to do well in the playoffs as compared to last year. They came into the playoffs thinking we are going to win an NBA championship. I don't think the Miami Heat believe anymore that they can win the NBA championship.
At least he knows he can re-sign Brent Barry.
And
I like Brent, but you know, he doesn't complement their team. It's not what they really need going into the playoffs. You have to face a Chicago, a Indiana, a Cleveland team. You need the bigger bodies going into the playoffs.
Speaking of the Pacers and the Cavaliers, a couple teams that weren't even in the playoffs last year. How do you see that series shaping up?
Well, Larry Bird has already told us when we did his game earlier in the year that Cleveland causes them a lot of problems. The front line of Potemkin, you got Ilgauskas, you got Sean Kemp. They have Brevin Knight, who's a terrific young point guard. Wesley Person gives them great shooting, and they're playing very well. This is a team. Mike Fratello is a terrific coach come playoff time, and Larry Bird knows that it's going to be a very difficult matchup. I think in that series, Hannah, and all through the playoffs, Jalen Rose and Derek McKee are going to be key pieces to Indiana because they give them great versatility and can cause matchup problems along the way.
Okay, let's move to the Western Conference and take a look at the matchups there as they stand at this time. Utah, Houston, Phoenix, and San Antonio. Seattle, Minnesota, Lakers, Portland, and as you know from today's implications of the games, those could change. The Lakers could play Minnesota, and Seattle could be meeting the Blazers. Perhaps the most intriguing matchup, though, John, is between Phoenix and San Antonio there in the first round.
And I know what my captain would say to me, that the big guys are very important in this situation. And Peter already spoke, or one time you spoke about not having a small forward, but I'm going to go with Tim Duncan, who Isaiah once told me a long time ago, stay in tune, young fella. You're going to be all right. Stay in the lead a long time. You rebound, you block shot, and make sure you pitch it to me. He's doing that kind of thing. And I think San Antonio definitely can just, trample over the squad.
I'll echo what John is saying. I think when you have David Robinson and Tim Duncan in the back line, in the playoffs, defense wins. And they're the league-leading defensive team in the league right now. They have the lowest field goal percentage against, and they stop you. When it gets down to the end of the game, they shut you down with Robinson and Duncan, and then they can go down on the other end and score.
Suns in 3.
And here's a guy who says you don't win without great guards.
What about the big three? Speaking of some great guards, you look at the big three: Utah, Seattle, the Lakers. Who do you like?
I still like Utah. I think they're the most experienced team. The experience that they got last year playing against the Bulls, they're playing the best basketball of anybody right now, although the Lakers are playing exceptionally well. And I like what Howard Isley is giving them as a backup point guard. He rests Stockton, and now when you put him in the game, they don't lose the cushion that they built with John Stockton. I think he's been a terrific addition.
And I love Brian Russell coming off the bench. It's made them a much tougher bench. Adam Keefe as the starter. Key. I like the Jazz because they've got the home court advantage through the Winter Olympics.
Okay. So this side likes the Jazz. What about over here?
I look at the Lakers. I think they're
you guys
the most,
both like the Lakers.
Yeah, they're the most dangerous team out there in the West. I like their youth movement. I like their experience, although I'm personal friends with Hornacek and I root for them. But I think the Lakers are a team to beat right now.
No, Isaiah, we have to set those personal friendships aside when it comes to the playoffs, as you well know. Okay, thanks to all of you guys for being here, and we'll send you back to the games in Portland and Los Angeles right after these messages from your local station.
This has been the Prudential Halftime Report, brought to you by Prudential, bringing strength and stability to America's families through insurance, healthcare, real estate, and financial services.
Coming to Must-See TV Thursday. Something huge. We begin the countdown to the Thursday finales. Yeah, baby! All new friends. Don't miss the events counting down to Ross's wedding in London.
How can I watch him get married?
Then...
You do not want to see me dance?
And all new Just Shoot Me, complete with dancing Dana Carvey. And just 4 new Seinfelds left. This week, a full hour of Seinfeld. Say hello to NBC's Countdown Thursday.
Nice to meet you.
A full-time hustler.
This is wrong. It can't get no righter.
And a small-time reporter.
Without me, you're probably gonna end up dead. 1 or 2 of these, a couple of these, and I'm cool, man.
Are about to hit.
Where are my diamonds? What diamonds?
The big time. Chris Tucker.
You don't know who you messing with.
Charlie Sheen.
You stole from the wrong bunch of bad guys.
Money Talks.
I should be Ebony Man of the Month.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Getting ready to start the third quarter at the Forum with the Lakers leading the Utah Jazz 48-40. Let's check in with Jim Gray.
Outside the Laker locker room, I'm now joined by Del Harris, the head coach of the Lakers. Del, Utah not playing really their stars. Malone and Stockton haven't played much. You have an 8-point lead. Are you concerned at all?
Yeah, well, they would have played him, I think. But as long as their guys were not, getting too far behind, I think they decided to sit them. They'll be back, and we missed an opportunity to knock them out probably with their smaller lineup, but as long as it was effective, they weren't going to put them back. You can be sure they'll be in there now, and it'll be a ball game the rest of the way.
Thank you, Del. Good luck in the second half. All right, back out to you, Tom.
All right, Jim, and the Utah Stars used to be a team in the ABA. Jim's right, we haven't seen much of the Utah Stars, Karl Malone and John Stockton in particular.
John Stockton just 6 minutes, Karl Malone 12 minutes, and the Lakers weren't able to get it going in their absence. Now, Kobe Bryant played very well. Shaquille, of course, was incredibly dominant out there, but this has to be a little concerning, I think, to Del Harris that they weren't able to really open this game up against a second squad for the Utah Jazz.
Let's take a look at our Miller Lite halftime stats, and we'll see that the Jazz leading scorers, Isley off the bench with 9, Stockton 6 points in 6 minutes, Malone 6 points in 12 minutes.
Tom, when your leading scorer is your second string point guard, it's a bad harmonic convergence that day. But Karl Malone just 1 for 6 shooting, and that was a strong move that he had in the paint area. That's not good enough.
Shaq had 15 points in the first half and needing 59 to catch Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant, as you mentioned, off the bench for a dozen. Derek Fisher had 7.
Well, the stars for the Lakers certainly shining brightly this afternoon on a gorgeous day in Los Angeles. Shaq, 9 shot attempts, a decent field goal percentage. I love it when Shaq takes 30 shots in a game, though, Tom.
Lakers still looking for that Pacific Division title. Second half coming up.
So it's called the AT&T $2 million shootout, huh?
5 shots, $2 million.
$2 million.
It's the NBA Finals.
$2 million.
Could be me.
Just call 1-888-6-FINALS and you could win a trip to the NBA Finals and a shot at $2 million or thousands of other prizes. So call now.
Hey, Lenny, know what you could do with $2 million? You can move that basket higher and to the right.
Just call 1-888-6-FINALS now.
Home Depot's philosophy is cutting edge. What does the customer want? We always got something new coming out on the floor.
Things that you were wishing would get on the market, and then all of a sudden, wow, there it is.
It's important to give the customer everything needed to do any project around their home.
Like great Grillmaster grills, the flame control system makes certain you get sure starts, even heat, less flare-ups, and perfect meat. Come see the complete line of Grillmaster grills at the Great Grillmaster event. It's happening this weekend at the Home Depot.
Shot clock now, keeps it on the dribble. Here he is, pull up 18-footer, yes! And the buzzer! This is incredible! Nothing like the playoffs!
Jazz starters outscored by the bench players 25-15 as they played almost exclusively in the second quarter. The players off the bench, but Jerry Sloan comes back with his original starting 5 here to start the third quarter.
And this is where the Jazz are so tough. Moving without the ball. Hornacek, a pinpoint pass. Stockton can't get the layup to fall.
Fisher, Ori, and back to Fox. Jazz, though, getting back on defense. Original starting 5 for Los Angeles as well. O'Neal misses the jump hook. Keith saves it to Stockton.
Shaq, great deep low post position. Easy jump hook, just a little strong.
Karl Malone missed it, got his own, and is fouled by Ori.
Karl Malone, a strong move, quick to the hoop. Now, Robert Horry yesterday was telling us at practice that Karl doesn't really go really strong out of that low post to the hoop. He looks more to pass and looks to shoot the turnaround fadeaway.
That was the third foul on Robert Horry, and it sends Malone to the line. He has 6 points on 1 of 7 shooting, as we told you as we looked at our halftime stats. Third foul on Horry.
Now, Horry has the unenviable task of guarding big Karl Malone and all the guys that play that power forward position.
Meanwhile in Portland, 10 minutes to go, third quarter. Portland and Seattle tied at 45. A Laker win, a Sonic loss, gives Los Angeles the Pacific Division Championship, #2 spot in the Western Conference playoffs.
And critical home court advantage between those two very evenly matched teams, Seattle and the Lakers.
Fisher left open, can't hit. 48-41, the Laker lead. Pick and roll, Stockton can't find Malone. Foster a no-look, that took 2 heads off.
How could you miss Shaq out there?
Rick Fox. And rebounded by Malone. Neither team sharp to open the third.
Lakers have not scored. The Jazz just have Karl Malone's 1 free throw. I think if you drive the lane on the Lakers, you can get Shaq to play the cover-up defense, and then Foster can get some short jumpers in the lane.
Stockton, finally, somebody scored. 8 points in the game for John Stockton. Meanwhile, the Lakers have missed their first 3 shots of the quarter, and Del Harris will take a timeout.
Tom, all day yesterday, the Lakers in practice worked on defending the pick and roll. John Stockton comes right out, hits the runner in the lane, and this is the closest that the Jazz have been since the first quarter.
It's a 5-point game, the NBA on NBC.
Doubleheader next Saturday, tripleheader next Sunday. The NBA playoffs on NBC.
Hi, I'm George Morrison, reminding you to give all you can. And score 1 for the kids. And score 1 for the kids. For the kids. And score 1 for the kids.
Not going anywhere for a while?
What is the line?
And score 1 for the kids.
Grab a Snickers, because nothing handles your hunger better.
No!
Hungry? Why wait?
This is the BMW 318i, and this is the sporty new Nissan Altima GLE. The BMW has a less powerful engine. The Altima has a more powerful engine. The BMW has a smaller cabin. The Altima has a larger cabin. So where are you going to put all the money you save when you buy the Altima? Well, what do you know? The Altima also has a bigger trunk. The new Nissan Altima. Enjoy the ride.
I started painting when I was 3. What was your first painting? I think it was painting of a tornado. This one is Can You See the Way? Left. Hey! 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 Hey!
Miller Genuine Draft presents even more basketball.
Utah has had mixed success guarding Shaquille O'Neal, but Shaquille is relentless in his pursuit of the ball there. And Karl Malone strips one, but when you allow penetration to set up Shaq for those easy type of plays, and you allow him to use that drop step back to that right baseline, and if you don't block him out with guards after there's penetration down the lane, you're in big trouble. Shaquille O'Neal, lots of opportunities today. Some good passing, decent shooting, and many trips to the line. Just 2 turnovers. Good job by Shaq.
In recognition of this look inside the game, Miller Brewing Company will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. 15 points today in his pursuit of MJ. Jordan really hitting his free throws in that game against the Knicks last night. Just about ensuring himself of another scoring title. Rick Fox fouled as he takes a trip to the basket.
The most amazing thing about Jordan is that he is at his best in the absolute biggest of games. I mean, he's always superb, but then when he really needs to do something, I mean, a lot of the guys come out and will sometimes be there. And the really good ones have it more often than not. But Jordan is huge every time.
Shaquille O'Neal and Greg Foster in a wrestling match about 6 feet away from the basket. And that's the net result.
It's about leverage for Greg Foster, who is very frustrated and disappointed. Jerry Sloan disappointed himself in Greg Foster's lack of rebounding productivity the last couple of games.
Stockton tried to pitch it out, deflected, but to Karl Malone, who hits the jump shot. 9 points for Karl, but only 2 of 8 shooting, as you see. The score, 50-45.
The Jazz never get rattled. They never lose their patience. They never get impressed by somebody making big, huge slam dunks.
O'Neal got his own. Look out.
I think Jerry Sloan's got to come with Ostertag, who's been battling better than Greg Foster has today. A nice double team by Robert Horry.
The trap of Stockton, who manages to find Malone. Keith.
There's that position filled by Karl Malone again. When the team traps you, if you got a forward or a center who can step up to that high post, handle the ball, turn, and pick out cutters, you've got a great chance to bust that every single time.
Derek Fisher passed up an open 3. Fox pitches it into O'Neal. Stockton quickly doubles. Over Foster, no good. And Malone has the rebound.
Foster needs to run out here. Foster seems frustrated.
Keith hit one a moment ago. 2 in a row. And the Jazz have closed within 3.
And Del Harris is going to burn another timeout here. This is just not happening for the Lakers, as Del is calling for Kobe to get up, and let's see what we can do. It's not a good third quarter for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Full timeout. So much on the line for them, and they're struggling.
Please don't drive drunk.
Metal bars, designed to save your butt. Metal bars, designed to save your skin. Introducing the revolutionary Schick Protector, designed with super sharp blades wrapped in ultra-thin safety wires. And a full pivoting head for incredible closeness. There's no safer shave in the world. Hey, safe feels better. Schick Protector, the feel of smart design.
A revolution is in our destiny. A revolution not about countries or ideologies, but about knowledge and information networks that make computing more affordable. Where do we come in? We make the software that manages information that will enable anyone to sit at the seat of knowledge. Oracle, enabling the information age.
The press praised it. Luxury car companies feared it. The public adored it. Now it's about to happen all over again. Presenting the new Nissan Altima. Enjoy the ride.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Miller Lite, who reminds you that whenever you feel good, it's Miller time. By the new Nissan Altima. Nissan, life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. And by AT&T, it's all within your reach.
Tom Hammond, Bill Walton, Jim Gray at the Forum, where the Lakers are clinging to a lead over the Utah Jazz and hoping to win the Pacific Division. It'll take a Lakers victory and then some help from Portland in their game against Seattle. At the moment, about 6 minutes to go in the third. Portland leading Seattle 55-53.
Tom, Seattle has the tiebreaker over the Lakers, 3-1.
Come on, y'all. Nice catch by Shaq, who was expecting pressure from Foster. Stumbled a bit, but kept his foot, made a good catch, and got it home.
As tough as it is for Greg Foster, who gives up so much size and strength, he's just not competing today against Big Shaq.
Foster misses that one. Horry with a rebound, and the outlet to Shaq. The big fella puts it on the floor, and Hornacek fouls him.
That's every center's dream, Don. You get out there, they throw you the ball at half court, but you're going to get the ball and have to dribble and put on some moves. Shaq loves doing this. Robert Horry with a fine outlet pass. You see Hornacek, who's just hacking and grabbing and trying to tackle him. Shaq just barreling him over.
Yes, there is a guard somewhere inside that body. In fact, you ought to see Shaq practice the three-point shots.
Well, Shaq is a man of many interests. He told us yesterday that his newest interest is scuba diving.
Which I have to see, by the way.
I asked him who made his wetsuit. Of course, Body Glove, the great longtime Laker sponsor here, always putting on the neoprene sleeves. Shaq said, I don't need a wetsuit out there. It's just me and the water.
I can see a shark heading in the other direction after one look. Shaq is the only Laker to score in this quarter, and he's the only Laker to shoot a free throw in the game. He's hit 7 of 9. Here's an update on the Seattle-Portland score. Portland doing its job if the Lakers can hold on.
Seattle with a tough loss at home to San Antonio, where Tim Duncan was just absolutely marvelous. Great to have David Robinson back and healthy, too.
Malone sweeping hook over Robert Horry, and Karl Malone starting to heat up. 11 points, 5 in the quarter.
Tom, Karl Malone is one of those players. He can have 4 points in the first half, no problem. He can come out, he is that great. He can get his normal 30 and 15.
And Exel, pretty left-hand shot over Foster, or Ostertag it was.
The biggest key when you're guarding a team with a great player like Karl Malone or Shaq or Michael Jordan, you have to deny guard penetration. Because once your defense is starting to break down and have to...
Eddie Jones for 3. Ostertag, good position, blocking off O'Neal.
Ostertag's done a better job of guarding Shaq than Greg Foster has today.
Malone, O'Neal from the backside with a rejection. Van Exel, Ostertag fouls. Four fouls on Greg Ostertag.
The pressure building for the Lakers as the crowd really responding. Hard to see how that's not a travel. How you come in, you take your 1.5 steps, and then you stop and pump fake. Makes it very difficult to be a defensive shot blocker.
Well, it goes as the 4th foul against Ostertag, and Van Exel, the first Laker other than Shaq to shoot a free throw. Well, this is the final game of the regular season. The playoffs begin on Thursday, and the NBA on TBS and TNT will begin with playoff coverage on Thursday night, continuing on Friday, and then here on NBC next weekend, 5 playoff games for you, 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday.
Jazz going with their small lineup now as Foster has been ineffective. Ostertag in foul trouble. Antoine Carr now giving it a try.
Karl muscled his way in. Bryant stood his ground, and the Lakers have it. Van Exel right around Isley. The open man, Bryant for 3. Russell and Horry collide. Robert Horry whistled for the personal foul. That's his 4th.
The Jazz playing with the small lineup now. And when Foster's not running the floor, When Ostertag is not blocking shots, this is when they're at their best. When they come in with Karl Malone, anchor in the middle. Or he'll sit it out with some fouls right now. 4 on Robert. But now they've got to really put Karl to work. Get him a lot of touches down in that low box.
Jazz with the ball, trailing by 8. And Antoine Carr fouled by Kobe Bryant.
Foul break, Kobe Bryant. First personal.
Number 1 on Kobe. And the original big dog checks to the free throw line. How's your barking voice?
Don't get me started on the big dog. I won't go there today, Tom.
Antoine wearing those goggles after he had a cut on his eye versus the Clippers back in '95 and worn them ever since.
One of the keys to a really great team, though, is the Jazz are right there at that level, the Lakers right there, is that when the reserves come in, they stick with the same game plan. They have a style. It's not just scramble. It's not just holding on.
Van Exel penetrates and got the roll. Van Exel with double figures.
Whenever the Lakers have needed something, it's been Van Exel down the lane, it's been Kobe, it's been Derek Fisher down the lane, and what they haven't finished, Shaq is slammed home. Jazz, a terrific defensive team, have not stopped anybody today.
Tough three-point shot by Jeff Hornacek with a defender right in his face.
One of the few opportunities for the normally brilliant Jeff Hornacek today, as Jerry Sloan has rested his regulars for the vast majority of the first half today.
Shaq, foul to reach in, I think Antoine Carr.
Foul number 55, Antoine Carr. First personal, 4th team foul. Shaquille O'Neal.
When the Jazz look back at this tape today, they're going to say to themselves, we didn't defend today. All we did was foul. Anyway.
Foul Shaq.
Right.
Back a Shaq to the extreme.
But you can't just be a fouler. You have to make him do something else.
Tonight on NBC, 2 hours of Dateline, then an NBC motion picture event based on the classic novel Brave New World. That's at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, NBC tonight. Shaq on the money at the free throw line.
And with so little on the line today, it's certainly no fault of the Utah Jazz that they haven't come out and played a more inspired game.
Isley, a quick move to the bucket. Shaq has hit 9 of 11 free throws today.
Maybe he's on his way to matching Jack Sikma as the greatest free throw shooting center in history.
I wouldn't go there either. I Russell with a double down. Jones, brilliant catch and beautiful reverse.
Shaq is such a marvelous passer, Tom. The way he looks away and freezes the defense. And then the zip pass right to the slashing Eddie Jones.
Malone pushing Blunt away to get some space and then draws the foul from Blunt. He just pushed Blunt with both hands to get free.
Oh, Karl's is so strong, but it's been the Shaq show today and everybody else just feeding off of his brilliance and the fact that the Jazz have to double team him. That's what makes the Lakers so dangerous, so punishing. You see Karl's 3 for 12 shooting, and he's one of the great field goal percentage shooters in the history of this league.
And is currently 8th in field goal percentage. Had done a good job at the line, though he missed that one. His second miss of the day. He's 5 of 7.
But Tom, everything came together for them 48 hours ago when they beat Phoenix. And they were so happy that even Karl Malone was hugging Greg Ostertag.
Karl, you know, had been all over Ostertag, calling him lazy and unmotivated, and they shared an embrace. That's how cozy things are when you claim the best record in the NBA.
All lovey-dovey for the Jazz on Friday night.
Van Exel. Shaq missed the slam on the lob, but Van Exel chases it down, and he launches. 1-point game in Portland. Here, the Lakers up 67-59.
Every time the Jazz get close to try to make it a real game, the big plays are going to Los Angeles.
Karl Malone.
And with the Jazz just retreating defensively, instead of trying to deny the Lakers advance of the ball, the post up of Shaq.
Against Carr, right around him. Shoot 2 free throws. Second foul on Antoine.
Shaq is playing with 2 very severely bruised thumbs. And this is a play as to why those thumbs get bruised, as the hack down so very strong. He only has one of the thumbs taped, that being on his left hand, but both of them are very, very sore. Plague of thumb injuries really ravaging the Lakers right now. Derek Fisher has one as well.
Shaq misses the free throw. He and Nick Van Exel have scored 17 of the Lakers' 19 points in this quarter. Meanwhile, in Portland, the Sonics at the end of the third have taken a 1-point lead on Portland.
Shaq, magnificent from the line. Bill Sharman-esque. Bill Sharman, one of the very high-level executives on the Lakers here in attendance today. 10 for 13 for Shaq.
Isley, a long-range 2. Makes it 68-63. Jazz continue to hang in there. Eddie Jones made the good ball fake. Couldn't finish it. Pushing foul on the Lakers. Corey Blunt's third.
Well, you've got 2 guys in this game, Shaquille O'Neal and Karl Malone, who you cannot stay out of foul trouble when you're playing with the personnel that the teams have to match up against each of these stars. Karl Malone working his way to some very solid numbers here, but just not having that great impact. And while we say that, it's a 5-point game.
Right.
Karl Malone's career versus the Los Angeles Lakers, like against every other team in this league, has just been absolutely superb. 54 games, right about his career average in just about everything. Karl Malone, who just became the first player in NBA history to score over 2,000 points in 11 straight seasons, now in 4th place in the history of NBA basketball scoring.
27,755 coming into the game, and he has 16 now in this contest, 10 in the quarter.
And showing no signs of letting up.
Lakers turn it over with 1:58 left in the third, and their lead has shrunk to only 3.
Karl Malone calling for his own play right here.
Shaquille O'Neal on the Laker bench getting a rest. Eldon Campbell is in.
Karl has not had a rest at all in the third.
But then he rested most of the second. Isley ties the game with a 3.
This has to be very disconcerting for Laker fans who expected and dreamed of a huge blowout and celebration today.
Kobe Bryant is fouled. It'll be on Isley. Howard Isley off the bench has hit 7 of 10 shots. 16 points.
The defense on the Lakers pick and roll right there. The Jazz, maybe one of the smartest teams along with the Bulls. The Jazz are where the Lakers want to be in terms of team communication. Kobe can't get the free throw, but Del Harris was telling us yesterday how he has to still spend so much of his time while Jerry Sloan could sit there and tell, well, with one sentence can make the team adjustments. This is the youngest team that's a good team in the NBA, the Lakers. And so he has to teach these guys all the things that a veteran squad, a smarter squad, would just know what to do from experience.
And the Lakers will be going to Palm Springs for a little refresher camp to get ready for the playoffs.
That's not what we used to go to Palm Springs for.
Antoine Carr, good fake, draws the foul from Blunt.
If Antoine Carr can get his game back together, Del Harris just so frustrated. And this has got to be disappointing for him. But when Antoine Carr can get his game to the level that it should be at, skill-wise, but has been plagued by the hamstring injury, this already deep Utah team, which is maybe the deepest team in the league, will be so much better off because he can make big plays at the biggest moments. That's what you want from guys on the bench. Guys who can create, guys who can rebound, defend, block shots, be mean and tough, like John Stockton.
Stockton watches as Carr ties the game again. Van Exel, acrobatic shot. Eddie Jones kept after it and got it home. Final minute of the quarter.
Jazz can go 2 for 1 here and shoot at 40. Eddie Jones, a quiet but very solid game.
Hornacek, beautiful shot, Jeff Hornacek. Tied at 71. Van Exel, the crossover. Off balance jumper, got it home. Van Exel starting to light it up. He has 14.
Utah will play for 1 right here. Van Exel able to get into the lane at will against the Jazz perimeter defenders today.
Isley whips it to Carr. Malone missed it. Still plenty of time. Follow shot goes down. 5 seconds left.
Karl looking for a foul here.
Kobe Bryant lost it. It'll be Laker ball. 1.1 second left in the quarter.
Kobe Bryant so dynamic, able to cover the floor the way James Worthy used to do in 1 or 2 dribbles the whole length of the court. Here, if you're the Jazz, don't get backdoored, don't get reversed, and certainly don't get lobbed on here.
And don't foul. Well, we forgot that one. Third quarter comes to a close as the respective bench players have come up big today, including Isley and Bryant. Into 3 quarters in Los Angeles with the LA Lakers and the Utah Jazz tied at 73. We'll return to Los Angeles after these messages and a word from your local station. This is the NBA on NBC.
Does everyone like basketball? Everybody understand?
You want to do something to help your community?
We're going to do some fundamental work.
You've just got to get off the bench.
And we're going to do some drills.
And volunteer.
Come on, good job.
Anyone can get involved. It's worth it.
Hey, the most important thing today is we're going to have fun.
Team up to improve your community.
Join us for America's most watched news magazine.
Dateline tonight.
A full-time hustler.
This is wrong. It can't get no righter.
And a small-time reporter.
Without me, you're probably gonna end up dead. 1 or 2 of these, a couple of these, and I'm cool, man.
Are about to hit.
Where are my diamonds? What diamonds?
The big time. Chris Tucker.
You don't know who you messing with.
Charlie Sheen.
You stole from the wrong bunch of bad guys.
Money Talks.
I should be Ebony Man of the Month.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
Tom Hammond, Bill Walton, Jim Gray ready to start the 4th quarter in Los Angeles, where the Jazz outscored the Lakers 33-25 in that 3rd quarter. Tied the score 4 different occasions late in the quarter. Biggest lead in the game belonged to the Lakers. They were up 13 early in the second quarter. Utah Jazz have led only once, 7-6. And the Lakers still alive for the Pacific Division Championship. They need a victory over Utah and hope Portland can beat Seattle. Right now, the Trailblazers leading Seattle by 71-70 in the fourth quarter.
Tom, in that third quarter, the Jazz shot the ball a lot better, but the Lakers are still controlling the boards, and the Lakers are still controlling the paint.
There's that Seattle-Portland score. And Corey Blunt from Van Exel.
Well, a page out of the Utah Jazz playbook. Set a screen, open up, and hit with a quick pass right to the wide-open player. Van Exel and Corey Blunt, of course, college teammates at Cincinnati in the great Bearcat program.
And Blunt, after the ball was deflected, able to save it for the Lakers. Van Exel to set it up. Nice. Penetration to Blunt again. Well, the two Bearcats hooking up for 4 consecutive points.
You see the Lakers coming with the better ball movement. Finding guys who are wide open, but also the creativity of Van Exel, Kobe Bryant, and Shaq.
Antoine Carr, open shot, and he has 9.
The Jazz always stick with their plays, no matter who's in the positions. When Karl Malone was suspended and missed the game, they just ran everything exactly the same, and it worked to perfection.
Shandon Anderson called with a foul.
Nick Van Exel, who has just killed Utah all day, has turned the corner time and time again. I think the Jazz need to do a better job of stepping out and forcing him back, taking him out of the middle. Van Exel, 14 points on 6 for 9 shooting, as well as 4 assists.
Kobe Bryant never squared to the basket, but Blunt with an offensive rebound, then tied up. We'll jump it up.
And again, the rebounds, Tom. In the game that Utah won, remember, the Lakers won the first 2 games between these 2 teams this year. Stockton missed both of those games. The game up there where Utah ran them out, Stockton was magnificent, Foster was trash talking. Utah killed the Lakers on the boards. Right now, it's all Los Angeles, rebounding-wise.
The Lakers, though, only lead by 2. Utah ball. Carr over Blunt. Antoine making it look easy, has 11 points, and we're tied at 77.
Well, for a guy who's played as little as Antoine has of late because of that hamstring, just truly remarkable. Van Exel finally loses the ball.
Isaac is all over him. Now Campbell backing his way in. 5 to shoot. Bryant missed it. Blunt with a miss. See if they allow it. No, they'll wipe it off. Ball was in the cylinder, no basket.
The story hasn't changed, Tom. It's down the lane for the Lakers. Throw it up. If it misses, offensive rebound and stick it back in. But Kobe's going to have this one waved off in the cylinder.
And we're tied at 77. The NBA on NBC.
Playoff excitement is in the air.
It is grounded in the belief that for ideas to take flight, they must have wings. The all-new Chrysler Concorde LXI, with a 225 horsepower engine so advanced, it provides more power yet uses less fuel. Chrysler Concorde, built on the belief that great cars appeal to a more passionate side. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars. Lease an all-new Chrysler Concorde LX for just $309 a month.
Shuffling papers all day long requires concentration. Someone hold my calls, I'm on a Big Mac vacation.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
This is a flat tire, and so is this. Goodyear Aqua Steel Run Flat. Even with no air pressure, you can drive up to 50 miles to safety. New Aqua Steel Run Flat, only from Goodyear.
Goodyear, Goodyear.
Got your Bud Light, you can't hit my friend. Let's go. I'm thirsty.
taste that will fill you up and never let you down.
Looks like you're buying.
Make it a Bud Light.
Coach is calling for the heat. The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By Chrysler, engineered to be great cars. And by Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
From the Pacific Ocean to the Pacific Division, the LA Lakers need to beat Utah and then get some help from Portland. Seattle, though, is up 4 with about 7 minutes to go on the Trailblazers. A Laker win, a Seattle loss would give the Lakers the Pacific Division title and home court in the second round of the playoffs. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, Jerry Buss, the Laker owner, has just issued his first public statement to NBC regarding the possible retirement of Jerry West. Let me read it to you, and I quote, "Jerry has been a Laker for so long and has meant so much to this organization that everyone connected with the Lakers shares concern for his health, and we hope that it will not prevent him from remaining with the Lakers. Let's bring on the playoffs and see what happens and see what the summer brings." End quote. That from Jerry Buss, who is here in the building today, releasing this statement after seeing Jerry West on television with us. Tom?
All right, Jim.
Tom, Jerry West is not about creating publicity for himself, so I don't really see, where this story is going to go away, though, because
Del Harris telling us yesterday that let's wait till the season's over and then we'll deal with the coach and Jerry West and our dogs and all the other things in our lives. But let's first get the regular season and the playoffs finished.
But if there wasn't something to it, it would not have come out at this point. Jerry West is not looking for publicity.
Shaquille O'Neal has returned and promptly erases the first Utah lead since early in the game. That's his 28th point.
Lakers have just killed Utah inside time and time again. Shaq getting in deep. Fourth quarter, dominated on the boards by Corey Blunt in his brief stint. All offensive rebounding there.
10 of 13 free throws, and the rest of the team has only shot a total of 5, hitting 2. Three-point play, Shaquille O'Neal. That Del Harris free throw coaching continues to tell as Shaquille gives the Lakers a lead.
There's a lot of guys who will jump up there when he's making them all. I want to see the guys who are there for Shaq when he's missing.
Isley pops it through. Howard Isley with 18 points off the bench today. John Stockton has not seen much action. It's been mostly Isley, and he's done the job.
The Jazz are not pressuring the post feeder to help the guy Antoine Carr who's guarding Shaq here.
Shaq is fouled. John Stockton playing only 13 minutes in the game, but coming in now along with Karl Malone.
And you would have to think here that right now Jerry Sloan going for the victory. 8 minutes to go, a little bit of change there. Jerry always trying to get whatever he can.
Stockton does not have an assist today. Jones into Shaq. Antoine Carr, the personal.
And if the Jazz win today, they want to make it as difficult as possible for the Lakers. If they make the Lakers go through Seattle, at Seattle in the second round, whoever comes out of that war will be wounded.
Will be softened up a bit.
Absolutely.
Antoine Carr to the bench with his 5th foul after he had scored 3 for 3 in the quarter and 13 in the game. Shaq continues to pound them in from the free throw line. Utah has clinched the best record in the NBA. They win the tiebreaker with the Bulls no matter what happens today. The Lakers looking for the 2nd spot in the Western Conference playoffs with that Pacific Division title. Again, they must win and have Portland defeat Seattle. If Seattle wins, it's all over. They get the championship, the 2nd spot in the playoffs, and the home court against the Lakers in the second round. Malone misses. Rebounded by Ori. 8 boards for Robert.
The Lakers right now, if they finish third, they play Portland. If they finish second, they play Minnesota. Now they have routed Minnesota. Minnesota can't play with the Lakers yet. Although they're playing a lot better basketball, but it's been 4-0 Lakers over Minnesota as it just gets into a wide open track meet, and that's the Lakers game.
Against the Trailblazers, the Lakers are 2-2.
But the problem with the Blazers against, nice pass by Bryant Russell. Karl Malone slices off.
Update, Seattle's lead cut to 1 in Portland.
The problem with the Blazers against the Lakers is that Sabonis, as great as he is, does not want any part of Shaquille O'Neal. And he just does not get anything accomplished, and Shaq has a field day against Sabonis.
Malone fouls Kobe Bryant. What's happening in Portland, though, is academic unless the Lakers can beat the Jazz today. There's that 2-2 series against the Trailblazers.
And it's been home court for both teams. Lakers in a short series. Blazers are a better team than they were last year. They've got Damon Stoudemire playing terrific ball. Rasheed Wallace and Bryant Grant are fabulous forwards. Now here's the Minnesota, which has just been a rout. Well, Timberwolves try to go up and down with the Lakers, and every team, including the Bulls and the Jazz, will lose in a track meet against Los Angeles, and then they'll lose handily.
Tied at 83.
Nice pass.
Anderson lost it. Bryant looking to give the Lakers the lead. Can't get it to Shaq. Foster bodying up against Shaquille. Now Shaq passes to Bryant out of the double team. Assist to O'Neal.
The future of the NBA connecting right there. Kobe Bryant has really learned to play without the ball. Again, the passing.
Eddie Jones with a rejection. Timeout. 6:43 left.
Kobe Bryant moving beautifully without the ball. The on-the-money pass and the throwdown. But it's all about defense as Kobe Bryant finishes one more time. The Lakers with a 2-point lead.
Who is it? Sunny tonight. I diced him up a little bit. Did you clean him?
Being a hitman is not just a job.
Ew, it's kind of cute. Who is that?
It's a way of life. From John Woo and Wesley Snipes. The Big Hit. Rated R. Opens everywhere Friday.
It is 180 degrees from expected. It is a leather-trimmed interior. And now, it ties as J.D. Power and Associates' most appealing minivan. The new Chrysler Town & Country LXI. Winner of the Automobile Magazine All-Star Award. Now available with $1,000 cashback or a very special low lease rate. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
I approximately got 105,000 half barrels down here now in this vicinity. Oh, June 13th, this place will be nuts. I'll guarantee you that. There'll be mega people. Yeah, when the bikes are really roaring and that, it's kind of like adrenaline flowing in and you really feel great. Yeah, I do get jealous at times. I wish I could drive one and that. They probably wish they could drive a forklift, maybe. I don't know. Well, come June 13th, these kegs will be gone. This place will be like a ghost town. Feels kind of weird, and they're all gone.
Tonight, it's the movie Tom Shales of the Washington Post calls gripping from beginning to end. Brave New World is marvelous, compelling, very good television, says the Wall Street Journal. People magazine made it the show of the week, and so did the editors of TV Guide. Brave New World, NBC tonight at 9, 8 Central.
2-point game at the Forum. The Lakers 85-83. The Jazz swing into action Thursday in the playoffs against the Houston Rockets, a team that they swept during the regular season.
But the Rockets with Barkley back with Akeem, with Clyde Drexler. They'll be ready.
Utah's bench just about keeping pace with the Lakers starters today.
The bench getting a lot of extended playing time here for Utah.
That last rejection by Eddie Jones in the crowd chanting, Eddie, Eddie. Big day for him. He's got a high school all-star game here tonight, and your son's in it.
Tom, the Eddie Jones high school all-American game. Oh, Stockton tipped in by Foster. They're going to wave that one off. This is a tough break against Utah. Foster, who's had a hard afternoon playing against Shaq, not a lot of offensive opportunities. Down the lane, Stockton, the quick left. I thought that was out of the cylinder. But my son Luke, my third oldest, very proud dad here. I'll be back here at the Forum at 7:30 tonight for the Eddie Jones High School All-American game.
Shaq against Foster. 3 jerseys around him. Missed it, batted out, kept alive. And Kobe is fouled as he, like a whirling dervish, works his way to the hoop.
Talking to the Utah coaches today, they said that when Anderson, Isley, and Russell are getting to the loose balls, the hustle plays, the Jazz win. Today, though, the Lakers are getting there, and Kobe Bryant. Del Harris was telling us about a move that Kobe's working on, where he has his shirt out,
right,
and he dribbles the ball and it goes up into his shirt, into his stomach area.
And then he whips it around, right? And inside the shirt.
Inside the shirt, and it comes out the front, and he pounds it back down for the dribble. Kobe Bryant, you see his numbers this season, much more playing time. Remember, he's 19 years old.
And the kicker of that move is that he did it in practice in a scrimmage.
And it worked. Kobe told me before the game, he's been working on it a lot. He finally used it.
Del Harris says you can see that he usually comes into a meeting with a basketball in his hand as Malone puts it on. And even if he doesn't have a basketball, he's moving, he's twitching, he's practicing those.
Tom, mental preparation is all part of it.
There he is. Everything but the shirt.
Well, in this league, you got to wear the shirt tucked in, so we probably won't see it, but he said it would be a great move for Venice Beach in the summer.
20 points in 31 minutes for Kobe today.
Kobe Bryant along the sideline. That's arguably a traveling violation.
Arguably. There's no argument.
It's tough enough to guard.
He looked like a fullback going through the line.
So much of your work defensively is the preparation before your man ever receives the ball.
Kobe scored the Lakers' last 7. Foster thought better of shooting over Shaq, but Russell misses a 3. Stockton takes it back for the Utah Jazz. Approaching the 5-minute mark. Lakers up 3.
Play the clock, and when you get that long rebound, run it all the way down. Make the team play a full 48 seconds of defense.
Foster. O'Neal got a piece. Some boos from the crowd. They know about Foster's antics in the earlier game.
Just good hard basketball play there. When Shaq gets in there that deep, you almost have to foul him. You're better off fouling him. Foster, he's really going to have to learn from some smaller players how to use his leverage better.
That 12 of 16 at the line today is above now, 75%. 1-point game. Portland hanging in against Seattle. Lakers need help from the Trailblazers.
Tom, you talk about that leverage. My first coach in the NBA was Lenny Wilkins, one of the smallest players and greatest to ever play in this game. And he taught me how to use your body, how to position it, how to lean, how to use your hips much more than the upper body strength to keep these big guys out of the lane.
Locked out of bounds. Jazz will get it back. They trail by 4.
A rare word from John Stockton to the officials. Plenty of time on the shot clock at 14.
Pushing foul on the Lakers as Stockton took it inside.
Eddie Jones and Stockton colliding violently underneath the hoop.
Jazz with a fresh 24, again trailing by 4 points. Stockton, acrobatic shot over Jones, tapped once, twice, and O'Neal clears it for the Lakers. Shaq now with 13 rebounds. Van Exel, crossover, dish. And a foul, offensive foul on Van Exel.
It is so tough to get an offensive foul against Nick Van Exel, who's so rough and coming at you. Seattle holding on with a 4-point lead. How much time is that?
59 seconds.
Oh, glad you're wearing your glasses.
Malone got a screen. Deadly. Karl with 22 after the slow start.
Remember the game we had last year in the playoffs, Tom, when Karl Malone came in and shot 0 for 20 in game 3 against the Lakers and came back with 42 the next game. Maybe the greatest game I've ever seen Karl Malone play.
Elbow cuffs of Kobe Bryant as he takes it to the hoop for 22 points.
Kobe slashing magnificently today. The Jazz are not closing out. They're running by guys who are spotting up at the three-point line. That won't get it done, Tom.
Kobe has 9 in the quarter as the Utah bench has scored 45. And a blocking foul on the Lakers. Fans wanted a charge as Ori and Malone both went down.
Kobe Bryant, they catch and go. So many of the Lakers, so many of the other players in the NBA catch and shoot at that three-point line. The Lakers, the Eddie Joneses, the Kobe Bryants, the Robert Horry, they catch and they are attacking that hoop. And when you come out, you have got to close out as opposed to just run by guys.
Productive game for the youngster. Good sign for the Lakers as they head to the playoffs. Confidence has returned. Karl Malone rattles down another one, 24.
Tom, this is the matchup that I think makes this series so special. Karl and Shaq going head-to-head down the fourth quarter.
2-point game. Pick and roll, Shaq. From Van Exel. .33 for Shaquille.
How about Nick Van Exel just controlling this game?
Eddie Jones fouls Stockton. Going down to the last seconds of this one. 2:26 showing on the clock. Lakers up on the Jazz, 93-89. Shaq with a finish.
I've got some great ideas for a website. We could have a spinning logo or a flaming logo.
You know what would be a great idea? If people with PCs anywhere could order our products, and that was all tied together, inventory, billing, vendors, you know, the works, then that would change everything.
I don't know how to do that.
Glidden and Home Depot together, it's an unbeatable combination.
We are a paint store in Home Depot.
Glidden's been around 120 years, and they know paint.
It's unbeatable.
So I can always honestly recommend that you use Glidden paint.
It applies easily, doesn't splatter because it's a nice thick paint.
And you just get a brush and roller and you go at it. It covers really well.
It's a quality paint.
Good durability, good price.
Glidden has it all. You don't stay in business for 120 years if you don't have good exterior paint.
Some decisions are harder than others. The Chrysler Sebring LXI Coupe or the Sebring Limited Convertible. For the passionate side, fully independent suspension, speed-sensitive steering, multi-valve V6, and a luxurious leather-trimmed interior. The practical side, lease the convertible from just $299 a month. And on the coupe, get $1,000 cash back and luxurious leather at no charge. Some decisions are easier than others. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
Doubleheader next Saturday, tripleheader next Sunday at noon Eastern. The NBA playoffs are coming. Raise the roof.
2:26 remaining. It's 93-89. Karl Malone has scored the last 8 points for the Utah Jazz, and Shaquille O'Neal has a game-high 33 for the Lakers.
So he needs 26 points in the last couple of minutes here. It might be out of reach. And our congratulations to Michael Jordan. Another scoring.
Are you sure?
Well, there's still overtime. Remember, last week we left the game, we didn't know who won.
88-82, Seattle with just 43 seconds left.
You mentioned Karl Malone's last 8 points. Nobody has scored other than Karl for the last 6 minutes.
Inside 2 minutes here. Again to Shaquille. Rimmed out, tapped once by Ori before it's cleared by Russell.
The problem with Karl Malone having to guard Shaq, though, is that it doesn't let him be the great weak side rebounder that he is.
And Russell called for steps. Traveling violation gives it back to the Lakers with 1:39. Strone looks up at the scoreboard and sees his team down 4.
A very athletic lineup here with Shandon Anderson, Brian Russell, Kobe Bryant, Eddie Jones, Robert Horry, and then the big guys battling out inside, Malone and Shaq. Now Karl knows about leverage.
Shaq will shoot a couple of free throws. Well, like Michael Jordan yesterday, Shaq has hit his free throws. He's not going to catch Michael, but he's had a good game. He's 13 of 18 at the free throw line.
As strong as Karl Malone is, he was still just overpowered by Shaq that time. The Jazz have not double teamed quickly enough today on Shaq, making him become a passer instead of a shooter.
.33 points on 10 of 21 shooting and 13 of 19 at the free throw line. That's his 20th one. And just as we bragged on him, he missed 2.
And they're going to put the Jazz on the line.
Robert Horry's just fouled out of the game. 6th foul on Horry.
That's a tough loss for Del Harris. Horry, a fabulously clutch player. Horry just had 2 points. He's not really counted on for scoring here. We did have 8 rebounds.
And Brian Russell at the Utah free throw line. First free throw they've attempted in the 4th quarter. Meanwhile, the Lakers 6 of 12 at the stripe this quarter.
And the Lakers right at the bottom of free throw shooting as a team.
Russell got the friendly roll.
There is so much pressure on this man overall in the Jazz quest to win the championship. Because he's going to be the guy that's going to have to guard Kobe Bryant. He's going to have to be the guy that guards Michael Jordan and Gary Payton and all the teams, all the opponents' hot shooters.
Utah bench doing the job, but they are down by 3. Quick pass from O'Neal, got it back out of the double team. Shot clock at 5. Bryant for 3.
The rainbow over the top. The Jazz.
Stockton answers for Utah. 3-point game, final minute.
And this is a virtually meaningless game for the Utah Jazz as they have battled all the way down to the wire here.
Van Exel posting up now on Stockton. Left Stockton standing to lay it in.
Stockton can't find the clock or the score.
Malone, tough shot. He's fouled.
Good call by the officials here. It's a tough one. The fans don't like it, but Karl was certainly hacked over the arm. No need for Shaquille to foul right here. Yesterday when Del Harris was telling us about the progress of Shaquille, he's really encouraging him to improve his defense. And he's challenging him to become an all-league defensive player. And then he told Shaq, Del Harris did, Shaq, last year you did not receive one vote for the all-league defensive team. And if you're going to become the greatest player that you're capable of becoming, you've got to become one of those guys who's a regular, like Jordan, like Pippen, like Stockton, like Malone, on the all-league defensive team.
Karl Malone shooting for his 26th point. Couldn't get it. O'Neal another rebound. Shaq has 15 boards. Backcourt foul on Stockton. $18 seconds left in Portland. Looks like Seattle is going to wrap up that Pacific Division Championship. All they needed to do was win that game. It looks like they will. That'll give them second spot in the Western Conference. We're told it's a final score now, so Seattle, Pacific Division champs. They'll have the second spot in the playoffs. In the second round of the playoffs, they would have home court.
That's the longest 59 seconds I've ever seen.
I think it was long for you. How do you think Laker fans felt?
They've been showing the end of that Portland-Seattle game on the Jumbotron during the dead ball situations here at the Forum.
It's all academic now, but the Lakers would still like to send a message and beat the Jazz 3 times this season.
It is a departure. It is an arrival. It is the all-new Chrysler Concorde LXI. Remarkable comfort, exhilarating performance, inspired styling. Chrysler Concorde, built on the belief that great cars appeal to a more passionate side. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars. Lease an all-new Chrysler Concorde LX for just $309 a month.
Some athletes don't care about endorsements. Some athletes don't care how many fans they have or what kind of shoes they wear. Some athletes don't even care if they're televised coast to coast. They just want to run.
The Triple Crown takes a lot of heart, but they don't take American Express at the ticket booth. Visa, proud to be the sponsor of the Visa Triple Crown Challenge. It's everywhere you want to be.
Athlete's foot. It's a predator made up of many types of fungus that eat your feet alive. But there's a potent weapon that doesn't just cure some, it kills them all. Lotrimin AF, the killer cure. Lotrimin AF, the brand doctors recommend most. Full prescription strength medicine, Lotrimin AF is so powerful, it doesn't just kill some causes, it kills them all. Lotrimin AF, the killer cure.
Tom Hammond, Bill Walton, Jim Gray at the Forum in Los Angeles, where the Lakers lead the Jazz 100-94, 22 seconds left. Welcome to those of you who saw Seattle wrap up the Pacific Division with that 90-82 win over Portland. The Lakers were hoping the Trailblazers could pull it off, but they will settle for second in the division as the Sonics wrap it up no matter what happens here in the final 22 seconds. Seattle finishing 61-21. Lakers hoping to do the same, but they would lose the tiebreaker to Seattle.
Tom, there were 4 teams in the NBA that won 60 games for the first time in history. Oh, what are the Lakers fouling for?
And it's Shaquille that commits the foul.
But the first time in history, 4 teams won 60 games. 3 of them in the Western Conference, Utah, Seattle, and the Lakers. Chicago Bulls, of course, from the tougher, more balanced Eastern Conference. It's interesting that all 4 of those coaches with great seasons have been under considerable fire, and their future in question for next year. What a crazy league.
Jerry Sloan and Del Harris, 2 of those coaches you mentioned. Utah with 62 victories, the Lakers looking for 61.
Now the only thing to be decided is home court in the San Antonio and Phoenix first round matchup. Phoenix, of course, plays tonight, 5 o'clock at Houston local time. In a game they have to win to get that home court. And Rex Chapman, unfortunately, is not going to play for the Phoenix Suns, so they'll be shorthanded. And San Antonio plays later tonight against the Denver Nuggets.
Nick Van Exel at the Laker free throw line with 18.6 seconds. Van Exel's had a good game, 18 points on 7 of 10 shooting. Also has 7 assists.
And that's a real good sign for the Lakers, because last year when the Jazz routed the Lakers in 5 games, John Stockton killed Nick Van Exel. Nick is a better player and a better person this year. He's matured, he's calmed down a little bit. And today he came out and he set the tempo. He changed his ability to get down the lane and free up Shaq. That was the difference today for the Lakers.
Utah timeout. 102-96 LA.
Sometimes I dream that he is me. Got to see that's how I dream to be. Boom, 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 boom.
I dream, I move.
I move.
I dream, I groove.
Like Mike.
If I could be like Mike. If I could be like.
What's up, Mike?
I'm not going to sing.
Metal bars, designed to save your butt, designed to save your skin. Introducing Schick Protector with ultra-thin safety wires. Because safe feels better. Schick Protector, the feel of smart design.
What?
Up it comes to Chapman, almost overthrown. Chapman, long shot up.
5. Michael in traffic to Karl. 15-footer.
Russell to Stockton. Stock for 3. Stock. Got it. It's over. The Jazz win it. This place is going crazy. Oh, this is incredible. Playoff excitement is in the air.
Frazier's in love with a younger woman. Ooh la la. Okay, she's a lot younger. But there's one thing they do share, and share, and share.
Now they're sharing a Tic Tac.
Maybe Frazier's got a problem.
I'm Frazier, and I'm a sexaholic.
Take a walk on the wild side with an all-new Frazier and Lateline, NBC Tuesday.
18.6 seconds remaining, 102-96, the Lakers leading Utah. Karl Malone had a slow start in the game, but now has 25 points to lead the Jazz. Not a good shooting day for him. Shaq with 33 points and 15 rebounds. He's not going to win the scoring title, but had a pretty impressive game. Had a good percentage of his free throws. Shandon Anderson misses the layup. Tap to Stockton, who misses. Kept alive once, twice. Stockton again. Hornacek for 3. An air ball. Malone. 1.4. They kept after it, but it ran out of time.
Tom, have you ever done a game when Karl Malone didn't get 25?
And the Lakers have beaten the Utah Jazz for the 3rd time in 4 meetings this season. Final score 102-98. Let's go to Jim Gray with Shaq.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. I'm here with Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille, now you got to look forward right away to Portland because Seattle won. How about playing the Trailblazers starting on Friday night?
Yeah, we got a couple days to get ready for Portland. You know, we played them last year. You know, they played us tough this year. We just have to come, play with a lot of heart, play together. And I think if we can do that, we'll be okay.
Are you disappointed about not getting the scoring title, and are you disappointed about not winning the Pacific Division, or do those things matter?
Well, I'm at a point in my life where individual honors don't mean much anymore. I'm just, you know, more worried about what the team is capable of doing. And, you know, Mike's a great player, and I'm just, you know, glad to have my name right next to this.
Congratulations, Shaq. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's send it back to Tom Hammond.
All right, Jim, it's 102-98. The Lakers win 3 of 4 from the Jazz this season, but finish in the 2nd spot in the Western Conference playoffs as Seattle takes the Pacific Division. Shaq with 33 points. Malone had 27. Now this is Tom Hammond for Bill Walton and Jim Gray saying so long. Let's go to Hannah Storm at our NBA Showtime studio for a playoff preview.